Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is your home for complete playoff coverage. Every game, every series, every critical call. Broken down by the voices you trust. We don't just follow the playoffs. We live them, so you never miss a thing. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy. Pretty much hands off, They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Come and go, one name has stood the test of time. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet, proudly serving Colorado since 1987 as the longest-owned Chevy dealer in the state. From a huge selection of new Chevys to quality pre-owned vehicles, plus a team committed to treating you right, it's no wonder generations of Colorado drivers keep coming back. To see all the specials, visit BozarthAuto.com today. Again, that's BozarthAuto.com. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet. Experience you trust, service you deserve since 1987.
Hey, what's up? It's Zach here. And if you're looking for your new go-to spot in Centennial, the Basketball Social House is it. Award-winning food and drinks, an incredible weekend brunch, and a brand new sports bar entertainment space where you can catch every Colorado game. Even if you're not playing, it's a great hang. But if you are, their private basketball suites are unreal. Full court, lounge, music, TVs, the whole setup. And because you're hearing this from me, get half off your first private basketball suite rental. Just use code HALFOFFHOOPS. Trust me, you're going to love this place.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is arena, A-R-E-N-A. Text arena to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's arena to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling here on a Thursday, April 30th, and on a day that is gloomy in Denver, Colorado, but we are busting at the seams with content. A do or die game awaits us just hours from now. Can the Nuggets keep their season alive? What up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on, ZB? It is a gloomy day, but you know what? I'm okay with it. All right, the grass is getting fed with the water, the moisture. That's what I'm looking for. I need to have green grass this year before water restrictions take it away, and then I have a bunch of dry grass. So I'm loving the weather right now. Although it's not my favorite type of weather, I will take it for the day. But we have a big-time game.
Huge.
Do or die, like you just got done talking about, like you got done explaining. This is it for the Denver Nuggets. They could keep their dreams alive, which is insane to be thinking and talking about right now, or they could be going home tonight and we're coming in the next day with all black on, with some flowers, talking about what the hell just happened.
Dude.
Woo!
That cannot happen.
No, it can't.
It just can't happen. But in actuality, and in reality, it can. It can. And it's going to take everything to win this game tonight. Like, there are a few things, just like laws of nature. A wounded animal. Watch out. You're going to get their best punch tonight. You're going to get truly their best punch in a way that I do not think happened in game number 5. And what is your game day gut tell you?
Z, we were talking about during the crosstalk. And I'm like, usually I'm on the other side of it, and I've been on the other side with the Minnesota Timberwolves and feeling like they're just a better team when it comes to just grit, toughness, and the Nuggets haven't been the best version of themselves. But tonight, I feel like the Nuggets are going to wake up, and everybody's going to contribute, and they're going to find a way to win this game. It's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be a fight. It's going to go all the way up until the fourth quarter, the crunch time minutes. It's going to come down to Jokic and Jamal's two-man game. I'm already anticipating that happening. But for me, I believe that the Denver Nuggets have enough. They have what it takes. I think that they're starting to wake up, and they're like, we're tired of being the punks. We're tired of the Minnesota Timberwolves slapping us around. It's their time to do the slapping. Backhand the Minnesota Timberwolves, Z. I have the Nuggets winning tonight. I have a good feeling, man.
Man, so I, in general, feel pretty positive tonight. I do. I think the Nuggets are going to win this game. I think the Denver Nuggets are the better team. I think the Nuggets in this specific spot, have more experience. Like those guys over there from Minnesota, the ones who are available are going to be asked to do something that they've never done. Has Julius Randle, as a team's best player, ever, like definitively their best player, ever closed out a team? You know, these other guys, Io, and they're great.
No, great talent.
They're really, like, Jaden McDaniels, like, awesome talent. Like, we're kind of, like, almost, like, secretly a fan of him and the dog mentality and all that stuff. But they are going to be asked to do something that they've never been asked to do before. And the Nuggets have been here. And this is where I talk about and use that phrase, the accumulation of scars for a night like tonight, for a day like today. And I think we're going to see it. And I think they're going to come home and they're going to win in Game 7, and we're going to recalibrate everything. Do they have enough to win a championship and all that? We'll have those conversations.
Time will tell.
But you need to survive tonight.
And it starts with that mentality, though. Have you ever been in a game where you're mad that you have to play a team that shouldn't even be on the same court as you?
Sure.
Where you're literally like, man, the fact that you guys woke up today and brought your asses to this court just to play makes me mad. I've done that a couple times, and I thought I was crazy. It's like the audacity that you even think that you can stay with us and that you're going to be on the same field as me? Oh, I'm whooping that ass today. I hope that's the Denver Nuggets tonight, where it's like, I can't believe we put ourselves in this situation, that we're looking at each other and we could be going home tonight. That should piss you off right there, knowing that at the beginning of all this, at the beginning of the season, it was championship or bust. And now we're looking at it like the Wolves, who are missing 2 really good players, the star player being Ant-Man, he's not available, and we're sitting here maybe getting ready to get our asses knocked off by the Minnesota Timberwolves that don't have those guys?
And that's the thing. It's like, and I'm sure a Nuggets fan won't necessarily want to hear this, but the smart ones who know the history of this organization would have to agree. You are in a championship window, okay? You have the greatest player in the history of the organization in the middle of his prime, an MVP candidate, right? You have Jamal Murray having the best year of his career, all right? You have a team in Minnesota that is missing their best player and their best perimeter shooter. You can't lose tonight. You can't. You can't. In the first round, if you lose before a Game 7, you're losing in Game 6 in the first round when they're missing their best player and best perimeter shooter. It can't happen. It cannot happen. And I don't think Jokic is going to let it happen.
Right there. That's the key. This is all about Jokic. What do you do tonight? What type of game are you going to have? Are you going to start fast? Are you going to be aggressive? Are you going to attack the rim? I know that you're going to get everybody involved. This is me talking to Jokic right now, although he would look down at me and saying, who the hell are you? But I'm saying, Jokic, what are you doing tonight, man? If you want to win this game, you can win the game because of you. Just you. That's how dominant you are. But he has to bring it. Hopefully he got up with the mentality that we're talking about. Hopefully he has a great breakfast in his body. Hopefully he's in the gym shooting around feeling good and his wrist is feeling good. But mentally, he hasn't. It's not about giving a damn now. It's about focusing and winning for your team, winning for us fans.
Phil, he will not let them lose tonight. Nikola Jokic, everyone, scooch in. Nikola Jokic is not going to let the Denver Nuggets lose this game tonight.
Woo-wee!
He is one of 5 players in the history of NBA basketball in an elimination game to average at least 25 and 12. All right, you are going to see the best of him tonight. It's going to be a massive game. He is the best player in the world still, all right? And I think he'll go out and prove it all again tonight. I think it's the best game of the series, and he will not let the season end tonight. I refuse to believe it. I've watched him for too long. I've seen him in too many pressure spots, and he is someone uniquely, and it's almost a flaw. It's damn near a flaw that he has got to taste his blood. He has got to feel his mortality.
He's just that sick.
And then you see the best of him. And for whatever reason, that's how he often operates. We talk about this during the regular season. He's got a mismatch where he can go for 60. His personality says, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. And it's the NBA way to go do it, right? Ask Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
Right? It's the NBA way to go for it. He turns it down almost every single time. He's got to feel threatened. He's got to taste his own blood. And, well, big fella, here you are. You lose tonight, your season's over. And I told you, if you lose in the first round, I personally am no longer going to call Nikola Jokic the best player in the world. He's going to have to earn that back. The best player in the world in basketball where 5 guys play at once, you don't lose in the first round, especially when they don't have their best guy going and a top 6 guy going. It can't happen. It won't happen. It's not going to happen. We're going to come in here tomorrow, recapping Game 6 and previewing a Game 7 this weekend.
Let's go!
God.
Woo!
So here's the latest. Ayo DeSumo is now questionable with right calf soreness. Bones Highland is listed now, I believe, as probable.
Yep.
He got elevated from questionable to probable. Ayo got downgraded from from probable to questionable. You have to wonder. Ayo's a young player, all right? He just watched his teammate that had a sore calf pop his Achilles. If he can't play tonight, and you should be able to win anyway, but if Ayo can't go tonight, I just don't know where Minnesota's offense is going to come from. I don't know.
Even if Io does play, where is he at mentally? Is he truly thinking about this game, or is he thinking about if I make this sharp cut or if I run down here, I can end up, popping my Achilles as well? All right, and he's a young player that's having a really good series, and he's like, man, I don't want to have to kind of restart everything and go through a surgery like my teammate just did.
Right.
So it's like mentally, where is this young man at? And if he's not in the right headspace, well, it's bad for the Wolves.
And guess what also?
Uh-oh.
He's in a contract year. Io's in a contract year.
He might make a business decision tonight.
Dude, you're in a contract year. You have a sore calf. You've already made yourself a bunch of money. And this reminds us of another conversation potentially here moving forward with Peyton Watson. But if you're in a contract year, you're in the playoffs scoring 43 points, and you're a little bit sore, you're looking to the left of you, you just watch your teammate pop his Achilles. You watched the NBA Finals last year. You watched Tyrese Halliburton pop his Achilles. You're watching the Celtics last year. You watched Jason Tatum pop his Achilles. Oof. You're watching Jimmy Butler and his knee explode. You're watching Dame Lillard last year. He popped his Achilles. Just food for thought. Just food for thought. All right. Believe it or
thinking about my damn Achilles.
Mine wiggled a little bit when I saw Dante DiVincenzo's. It wiggled like involuntarily. Like holy smokes. Believe it or not, I think the Rockies are demanding your attention. We'll talk about why next.
With Bo Nix having to get more work done on his injured ankle, could that spell future problems for the Broncos QB?
No one is going to want to hear what I have to say, but this will not be the last time. I'm just telling you.
With the ankle?
With an ankle issue with Bo Nix. I'm telling you on Wednesday, April 29th. It's not because it brings me joy or glee. It's not because I want to, but based on the evidence that I have. I hope I'm wrong, but I said I was really concerned about this after it happened and derailed the trip to the Super Bowl, and he's got another surgery on the ankle before he plays a down after that latest ankle injury.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right, gentlemen, listen up. If you've recently become the kind of man who falls asleep on the couch at 7 p.m., wakes up confused, asking yourself, is it Tuesday yet? You might be dealing with low testosterone, otherwise known as low T. And low T causes low energy, bad sleep, weight gain, brain fog, and a bad sex drive. And nobody deserves to have a bad sex drive. And a lot of men just chalk it up as, I'm just getting older. But guys, no. These are classic symptoms of low testosterone. And I'm here to tell you that my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic can help you out, because they use advanced medical strategies such as TRT, peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, and even more to help you get your energy back, improve sleep, boost your workouts, sharpen the focus, and bring back that sex drive and the confidence that you deserve to have. And you know what? Your first visit is only $99, and this will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if you start treatments on the day of your appointment, the visit is free. They've treated tens of thousands of men across Colorado, and they can treat you as well. And most guys start to feel better within just a few weeks. So what you can do is take the low T quiz on their website at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com, or give them a call today at 720-440-7900. Again, that's 720-440-7900. Guys, take back control of your life, get your low T under control, and go see my guys at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here, and I learned something playing offensive line for a living. If something isn't built tough, it won't last. Same thing with your home. That's why Colorado homeowners call Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. They've been helping families since 1973, installing Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows built tough for the Colorado extreme weather. If your windows are showing their age, call Gravina's Window Center of Littleton at 303-794-0490 or visit them online at windowsforyourhome.com. That's windowsforyourhome.com.
Progressive presents a guided meditation.
Hear the birds sing. A chipmunk nibbling on an acorn. Smell the pine needles gently falling into your living room as the breeze blows through the gaping hole in your roof. Gaze up at that broken tree branch and relax, because you bundled your home and auto with Progressive and have the peace of mind of 24/7 protection. So relaxing.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Jacob's Law, 303 Law 4040. Really proud of this case that we just settled. There was a young man very seriously injured. In fact, I had to go to the hospital and meet with him and his family. And we checked with the insurance companies while I was at the hospital, and they claimed no insurance coverage on either side. And on top of that, he had no medical insurance. So he was going to be facing about $400,000 in medical bills. And I said to the family, I said, I cannot make you any promises, but I know no other lawyer is going to touch this case because the insurance companies say they won't pay. But I want to try. Let me at least try. And I put my team at 303 Law 4040 on it, and they found $75,000 in insurance coverage that the insurance companies did not want to pay. So not only did we get them $75,000, but we also found a way to get them on Medicaid. So the $400,000 in bills was covered by medical insurance as well. We were proud. We fought for them. We'll fight just as hard for you if you ever need us. The number's 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need us. It's 303 Law 4040.
The playoffs are full of surprises. Underdogs, overtime thrillers, sudden upsets. But when it comes to your facility's electrical systems, you don't want surprises. For over 40 years, Piper Electric has powered complex commercial and industrial projects, from large-scale distribution to fire alarms and preventative maintenance. Their licensed electricians help reduce downtime, control cost, and keep operations running smoothly. Got a project coming up? Don't leave it to chance. Include Piper Electric in your bid process. Visit piperelectric.com.
Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org.
Denver Sports Snapshot
on 104.3 HD3. TU Lacrosse faces Georgetown starting at 3.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, believe it or not, I think the Colorado Rockies are continuing their journey to not the postseason or not 80, 90 wins. They're continuing in the journey of forcing us to pay attention to them.
That book you talk about, right, where you're reading the book, and ZB, you love to read. Hopefully at some point I start to learn how to read.
Dude, I've knocked out 3 books in the last 3 months.
You read another one?
I listened to them.
Okay, yeah.
Listened to them, yes.
Man, you don't have to tell everybody that. Pretend like you're reading them.
No, because then Dante gets upset, and it's like, it's not reading. It's like, goes on for 10 minutes about it. So I'm listening to it. It's a different compartment.
Great listener, all right? You're a great listener.
It's a different compartment of, what am I looking for? A processing. It's just a different compartment of processing, according to the Associated Press, who they put out side by side, listening and reading. I don't know. It's just the AP. I don't know. I'm just me.
Yeah, it's just you.
But yeah, I read a book, I listened to a book called Verity recently. Verity. put it in your back pocket, also being made into a motion picture very soon, just like The Silent Patient I told you guys about.
But you can't stop listening, right?
Can't
it's
stop.
Like, oh, my God,
Can't
what's
stop.
next? And so, like, that's kind of how the Colorado Rockies are right now. I'm not saying that the Colorado Rockies are going to the playoffs or they're going to go win a World Series this year, but they're entertaining and they're interesting to watch.
They are. And at the start of this journey, we were looking for the 2 C's. What were the 2 C's?
Competent and what was the other one?
Damn,
man?
there's only 2 of them. We were looking for a third. We have to settle on 2. Competent and competitive.
Competitive. There you go.
And that's what they've been. And so they come up just a little bit short. So they went into New York City. They went into Queens and swept the New York Mets.
Yep.
And my father-in-law and my mother-in-law just got in town last night at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And
you make them walk home?
And no, I didn't. They were delayed, and it's just whatever. But they're massive Mets fans, just like massive. So to watch the Rockies go into Citi Field and sweep the Mets, who had the #1 payroll in all of Major League Baseball,
that's insane.
It's nuts. It shouldn't be possible. So to sweep them, and then they had Cincinnati on deck. Cincinnati, one of the hottest teams in Major League Baseball, 10-3 in their last 13 leading into the series. And yeah, they edged the Rockies out in game #1, but in game #2, the Rockies didn't just win yesterday. They beat the brakes off the Red Hot Reds.
Fireworks yesterday.
13-2. The Rockies had 15 hits, guys. That was the 4th time yesterday. It was the 4th time already this season. The month of May hasn't started yet. It was the 4th time this season the Rockies have had a game where they had 15 hits in a game. That's insane. This time last year, when the Rockies won their 14th game, all right, it was June 15th. You know what they brought their record to? You know what they brought their record to on June 15th?
I don't think I want to know.
when they won their 14th game, that brought them to 14-57. 14-57, June 15th of last year. It is not the month of May yet, and the Rockies have registered their 14th win. They had, like I said, 15 hits yesterday. Hunter Goodman homered twice, a solo shot in the 5th, and then he knocked a 2-run homer 415 feet in the 7th inning. He now has 9 homers this season. That's second in the National League. So, again, and they came up short today. They were super competitive.
Yeah, it was.
They had a lead early. Again, this is one of the best teams in baseball. This is first place in the Central Division. Today they had an early lead. All right, they scored 2 runs in the first off a Tyler Freeman dinger. They struggled past that inning. They left, a turning point in the game was leaving the bases loaded in the 5th with 1 out. In the bottom of the inning, the Reds got a 2-run dinger, so it was a real big time just sequence.
Swing.
Yeah, momentum shift within the game. But they come up short. But they finished 4-2 on this road trip. And so when you start and you're going to New York, and I know the Mets had been scuffling for sure, but you're playing the #1 payroll team in baseball. You're going away from Coors Field, followed up with a series against Cincinnati. And to go 4-2 is, again, it's just one of these other benchmarks that's like, okay, this is like the 13th thing that's happened this year that I did not have on my bingo card.
Well, see, and you're watching these games, you start seeing them. It's like if they could just put it together consistently, that's what the Rockies are missing. They're not consistent all the time, offensively specifically.
For sure.
Right? It's like they're boom or bust. When they're on, they are on. But when they're off, it's like they struggle. And one thing I will say is the rotation, the pitching has been really consistent. It has been pleasant to watch, and it's fun to watch. If the offense can just get there and be more competent consistently, then they will win these games, and they will win more series. And so that's all they're missing, and they're not going to get it this year because they don't have some of the guys, but we're seeing it. They're more aggressive. They're swinging at everything, but when it's on, it's on.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, again, it's not like they swept Cincinnati like they did New York, but a 4-2 road trip you absolutely take. And when we woke up this morning, it was like, wait, could the Rockies go 5-1 on a road trip? Like, when you look at the best road trips in franchise history, had they won today, that would have been among them, quite literally. So, yeah, look, again, we always get told when we talk about the Rockies, which we just started doing this year. Like, they have been in exile, at least on this show. Like, we have not spent any time on the Colorado Rockies.
It wasn't fun talking about them.
No, and we didn't find it particularly interesting to see how fascinatingly bad they could get. So we just sort of checked out and begged for changes for years, and they made all the changes in the world. It's the most change that you could have in a single organization year over year, and they have given us what we were looking for. So what do they get? Not a banner, but they continue to get our attention.
They get a segment now.
Yeah.
Not a 3 count. We put them in the segment because the Rockies are doing what we asked them to do. Be competent, all right, compete, and be consistent. They've been consistent a lot more than they were last year. Early. I will say early.
I mean, dude, you could say that again for sure. I mean, going 14-57 comparatively to 14-17. Are you kidding me? Those are not in the same galaxy. And if you had reasonable expectations like us with a measured approach on the heels of the worst season in modern baseball history, the worst ERA of all time, a run differential that was twice as bad as the next worst in the sport. So if you had the reasonable forecast like we did, I don't know how you're not like, damn, this is more than we even expected. So we'll see if they can maintain what they've done here in the first month of the season. All right, The Athletic named one post-draft need for every team in the National Football League. What was it for the Denver Broncos? That's coming up next.
The Nuggets head back to Minneapolis with everything on the line in Game 6. Denver Stars have been punched, pushed, and challenged at every turn in this series. And now it's about response. Can Nikola Jokic reclaim control and drag the champs back home for a Game 7? Can Jamal Murray find that late series magic again? Or will Minnesota smell blood and close the door behind that ferocious defense? Nuggets, Wolves, Game 6. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
Everything is getting more expensive. Gas, groceries, and especially rent, which can go up every single year. But as a homeowner, you have a secret weapon. While the world gets pricier, a fixed-rate mortgage stays exactly the same. That stability isn't just peace of mind, it's your family's financial foundation. American Financing understands home ownership creates wealth. Every monthly payment builds equity and stacks your net worth on autopilot. It's how the middle class actually wins the long game. Your home is a flexible asset. You can live in it, rent it out for passive income, or pass it down to your children. Renting gives you none of that. American Financing salary-based mortgage consultants can help you get pre-qualified with no upfront fees. Call American Financing today and get a pre-qualification letter in 24 hours or less. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. Secure your rate, build your wealth, and get the cash you need. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive Home and Auto Bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Cecil Lammy here for my friends at SodaDietNutrition.com. Now, 5 years ago, I lost 60 pounds because of soda, and I'm never going back. I've never gained the weight back. I never will because SodaDietNutrition.com, they taught me how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. It's simply magnificent. I want you to call them up, 866-800-SODA, where you can join soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. Soda weight loss is now SodaDietNutrition.com, and you've got to have these guys on your side because the weight loss journey, it can be tough. There can be struggles. Having a real nutritionist there available via text to help you out with any sort of questions, concerns, sometimes it's just straight up encouragement. It's SodaDietNutrition.com, and there's no mystery pills, mystery injections, any mystery chemicals you're putting in your body. You're doing it the right way. Learn how. Join the program. SodaDietNutrition.com, 866-800-SODA, because SOTA is, say it with me, state of the art.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
The biggest savings of the year from the oldest family-owned Toyota dealership in the Denver Metro. Groove Toyota. Limited time. During the over and above sales event. 53 pre-owned vehicles under $15,000. Visit GrooveToyota.com to see the selection. Don't wait. Find your groove with pre-owned vehicles under $15,000 at GrooveToyota.com. Start here. Go anywhere.
Offer expires 5/4/26. Not all will qualify. Restrictions apply. With approved credit, call 720-961-4465 for complete details.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Roller Auction.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
The Athletic named one post-draft need for every team in the NFL. What was it for the Broncos?
Get out of my room, Mom. Anytime the music like this, the punk rock comes on.
Dude, this music here, turn this up just a smidge, DG. This is the type of music that gets played at the Avs games.
Yes, yeah.
Like, it's so funny. Like, dude, like, you go to the Avs games, Green Day, Sum 41, like, what else? Blink 182,
Yeah,
sure.
Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind, yeah. And everyone, like, sings along. Like, everyone, like, collectively sings along that, like, does not happen at Broncos, does not happen at Nuggets.
Then you get that one black guy that's just bopping his head. Like, yeah, I know the song.
Like,
That's
I've
me.
definitely heard this.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It's too funny, man. Too funny. All right, so as we roll along here,
Yeah.
The Athletic named one post-draft need for every team in the NFL. What was it for the Broncos? I thought this was interesting. So this came out earlier today. And so, like, for Kansas City, it's another receiver. For the Raiders, it's also another receiver.
The Raiders do need a receiver.
They do. For the Chargers, it's more protection for Justin Herbert.
Herbert was running for his life in the playoffs.
He was.
My man was hurt, and he was coming off an injury. He had his hand.
Yeah, he
right?
had his hand.
Surgery.
Yeah.
Surgery on his hand. He was running for his life. Yeah, it was not a fun time for Justin Herbert.
No. Both tackles went down for the season, right? So all that makes sense. What was it for Denver?
What could it be?
The Athletic said the number one post-draft need for the Denver Broncos was...
Drum roll, please.
A healthy Bo Nix.
Oh.
It wasn't even like some addition to the roster like they did the rest of the league. It was a healthy Bo Nix. And unfortunately, that is not the case here in Denver right now.
No, it's not. And it's interesting that that's kind of the way it's going, right? The healthy Bo Nix. And they're right. We need our quarterback. Any team that thinks that they're going to win the Super Bowl needs their quarterback. All right, and if you don't have your franchise quarterback for the most part, other than the 1 year with the Philadelphia Eagles with
Sure, Nick
Foles, and the Eagles were loaded. You need a quarterback. So if Bo Nix is not healthy, we are not going to a Super Bowl. So he is right. They are right. We need to keep him healthy this year, and we know that once his ankle is healed up, he will be ready to go. Hopefully by week 1, I'm hoping for he'll play this year, and they're going to have to do a great job there. Are going to be, I'm talking about the Denver Broncos, they got to protect Bo, man. And Bo has to be smart.
And so there's a couple things here. One, I am surprised, and I shouldn't be, but how many people out there on social media specifically are just believing what the Broncos are saying, that, no, this is all planned. This is all part of a plan. It's like...
It's kind of mind-blowing, and to me it's frustrating because we put a clip out yesterday, and there was a lot of people on that clip. And you were talking about how, you're nervous about Bo Nix, which a lot of people are.
And I actually want to address something in that clip here, so don't let me forget that. Don't let me forget that. But, like, the number of people, and I see this happens a lot in politics as well, to a disturbing degree, really, that you could have, like, a bunch of evidence right in front of you, and someone's favorite politician can tell them that it's not there, and that this is what's really going on. And they have this like blind allegiance to the politician, and they'll ignore the evidence in front of them. And look, everyone's different, but worship no man.
No.
Worship no man.
Come on.
I don't care what ideology you're a part of. Worship no man or woman. Still have the ability to think for yourself. And when you have Greg Penner, Sean Payton, and George Payton all saying that Bo Nix is going to be ready for OTAs,
and we all believed them.
Right. And then it's like, wait, no, Bo Nix is actually going under the knife again, and he could miss the entire offseason. I'm seeing people saying, well, this was always going to be the plan. It's like, damn, man. Like, it's like, holy smokes.
It's like, yo, it's never the plan to go back under the knife. It's never the plan to get another surgery. I don't care who you are. All right, once you go back under the knife, it's a surgery. That means that you have to stay off of it for some time, no matter if it's an ankle or wrist.
Yeah.
All right, for it to heal, because you just got cut open. Nobody wants to deal with that. Bo Nix, I guarantee, was frustrated that he had to have another surgery. So for people to go out there and say, well, this was what was going to happen no matter what, and they had it planned out, you don't plan for a surgery. Something happened to where Bo Nix got another MRI, all right, X-ray. It didn't look good, and they said, hey, we're going to go back in and clean it up again. That's what happened. Now, you guys can believe it or you don't. That's what happened.
That's what happened. And it's really not that hard of a story to follow. Now, I'm at the farthest end of the spectrum from what I see out there in terms of someone that's concerned. I'm very concerned about this. And again, I get told, hey, you're being dramatic and there's really nothing going on here. Mm-hmm. Everything's A-okay. And hopefully it is, once we get into the season. It's more of a big picture, long-term concern, not whether he's going to be ready for training camp or ready for week one. It's moving forward into the Bo Nix experience that we are 2 years into, hopefully a 12-year experience.
Finally, we have a franchise quarterback, and we're questioning if the man can stay healthy long enough for us to see a Super Bowl.
Yeah. He's had more surgeries in Denver than he has had years in Denver so far. So I think it's relevant. I think the concern's relevant. But I'll say this. Every once in a while, in doing this job, you share opinions for 4 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come in and do another 4 hours, and another 4 hours, and another 4 hours, and another 4 hours. And that's 1 week. And you do this 52 times a year. So I'm sharing opinions constantly, right? And once in a while, I will catch myself after a show saying, man, you want to know what? If I could do that again, I would package those words differently. And that happened yesterday. And it happened in the 3 o'clock hour. And I just want to be forthright about it because I watched the video and I'm like, don't really like how it came across. But I have to be specific and nuanced with what I didn't like.
We're going to clip this one.
I would say yesterday, given the choice between two things, this never happens again, or you're going to deal with this again, you're going to deal with this again. And I still believe that. But what I didn't like with the way that I said it in the 3 o'clock hour specifically is when I said, this is going to happen again. Like definitively, this is going to happen again. I don't know that. I don't have a crystal ball. Now, still, am I deeply concerned? I am. Given between the two choices, will this never happen again or will this happen again? Will this happen again? For sure. I don't have to think hard about that.
It's the same thing as J.K. Dobbins and his injuries.
Similar. But at the same time, I don't like how I said this will happen again. Because at the end of the day, I don't have a crystal ball. And so I would like to have that back. But that being said, 95% really of what I was saying yesterday still applies here with me on a Thursday. It's deep concern. This was unforeseen. The Broncos are spinning it. I'd probably do the same thing if I were them. They're not doing anything wrong. Bo Nix isn't doing anything wrong.
They're trying to put out a fire. They're trying to say, hey, nothing is there. Bo Nix is still going to be ready to go by week 1. He's just had a little minor setback, but they don't want to call it a setback. They just want to say, hey, it's procedural. This is something that was going to happen no matter what to protect their franchise quarterback. I get it, but I also see through that.
Right.
And it can be concerning if Bo Nix cannot get things together and it continues to happen with the same ankle.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Just be aware.
Yep. We were joined, the station was joined by Mike Kliss on this topic a little bit earlier in the show. I want to get into what he said, but before we do that, the Nuggets season is on the line tonight. What is David Adelman saying ahead of tip-off, and what are the Nuggets' keys to victory tonight? That's coming up next.
Most teams are lucky to have one Conn Smythe contender. The Avalanche may have 3. They win it! Nathan McKinnon playing like a human highlight reel. Cale Makar turning every shift into a masterclass. And Scott Wedgwood stacking a playoff resume that would be headline material anywhere else. Colorado doesn't just have stars. They have 3 legitimate playoff MVP candidates. And if even one of them hits that next gear, the Cup road gets a whole lot shorter. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. In a world where dealerships come and go, one name has stood the test of time. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet, proudly serving Colorado since 1987 as the longest owned Chevy dealer in the state. From a huge selection of new Chevys to quality pre-owned vehicles, plus a team committed to treating you right, it's no wonder generations of Colorado drivers keep coming back. To see all the specials, visit BozarthAuto.com today. Again, that's BozarthAuto.com. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet. Experience you trust, service you deserve since 1987.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Have you heard of something called WUI Compliance or Wildland Urban Interface? It's a new statewide standard in Colorado. Starting this year, every home will be assigned a fire risk category. Some building departments will begin enforcing WUI rules, so your next siding, decking, roofing, or window project may come with new requirements. Call 5280 Exteriors today, and they'll walk you through the updates, help you stay compliant, and find out what zone you're in. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Growing a business is hard enough. Figuring out where to advertise shouldn't be a thing that holds you back. Your customers are listening to this station. Heck, you are. They're streaming Denver's biggest games on their TVs. They're tuned into the podcasts everyone's talking about. We help you show up in all 3 with one plan, one team, and results you can actually see. We've helped businesses like yours grow for years. Let us show you how. Visit DenverSports.com and click Advertise with Us.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like customer service associate at a dry cleaning shop.
Yeah, hi. I'm here to pick up my suit.
Ah, yes. Here you go.
There must be a mistake. This is too small.
It shrunk a whole lot. Look on the bright side. Now you have a suit you can give to a child.
This is your job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. Leading off with a big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute.
Let's go.
Hanging out with you here on a Thursday. It is no ordinary Thursday. The Denver Nuggets season hangs in the balance.
I can't believe you said it. I can't believe that the Denver Nuggets, if they lose tonight, they're done. They go home. It's insane to think, Z. Truly. Pinch me. I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
Or a nightmare, I should say.
It is an unfortunate spot to be in, but it is the reality of their situation. Just point blank, period. This is the position that they've put themselves in, right? We have been talking about sort of the disjointed nature of the Nuggets throughout the season, whether we were talking about the injury front for sure, whether you're talking about losing clutch games in a way that we're so unaccustomed to, whether you're talking about losing games at home in a way that we're unaccustomed to. It's been a weird year, and that went and continued into the postseason. So, but here you are, like this is the situation, and so it's fight or flight, and I think these Denver Nuggets are going to fight, and if they don't, the gargantuan conversations are going to start taking place as soon as tomorrow. But I believe, and it sounded like you did from our first segment in hour number one, we believe they're going to get this done tonight.
Yeah, I can't close my eyes and envision Minnesota beating the Nuggets tonight. I just can't. And maybe I refuse to see that. I refuse to see the Minnesota Timberwolves beating the Nuggets. Or maybe it's just like at some point, Jokic is just going to say, enough's enough. And I'm truly going to take over again. All right, he had a dominant performance game 5, but now it's game 6. You have to win on the road. What do? You have to bank on your star players, Jamal Murray and Jokic. And you said it best earlier, Z. Jokic is not going to allow this team to fail, the Denver Nuggets. Jokic is going to go out there and have himself a night. He's going to have himself a game. He's going to get everybody involved, but it starts with that man, Jokic.
Yep, and you just have to go out and be the best in the world. That's all.
It.
That's all.
Simple, right?
Just go be the best in the world, right? And it did look like that worm turned a little bit with his matchup with Rudy Gobert. That was hard to watch through the first 4 games of the series, quite frankly. But him going for 27, 12, and 16 in a gotta-have-it game, I do believe we're going to see a continuation of that. And I think it only rises. I really do. I think you're going to see the best of Nikola Jokic tonight. Jamal Murray has to get to blank points in order for the Denver Nuggets to ensure victory.
As long as Jamal Murray gets to 25 points, that's what he averaged this year, Z, 25 points. All right, he's, let's say, 40% from the three-point line. He has to have a good game from the three-point line because he's going to take shots. He's going to take those threes. That's what Jamal Murray does. That's what he has done all year long. That's why he was in the three-point competition this year. Jamal Murray needs to have 25 points if the Nuggets are going to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, on top of what Jokic needs to do, which is be the best player on the court at the time, right? We already established that. So as long as Jamal Murray can get to the 25 points, get everybody involved, move around, right? It can't be the stagnant Jamal Murray that sometimes you see. All right, you're going to have to see Jamal Murray move around, get lost in the shuffle. Something that Steph Curry did a great job of in his career is just find these pockets to get open and then exploit the defense, right? Find ways to get the baskets that he needs, attacking the rim. Jamal Murray needs to be the best version of himself. 25 points will help that out.
Yeah, I would take 25 right now if someone offered, like from the future, will you take 25 or will you roll the dice for more? I would take it. That being said, if it was to guarantee victory, like how many points does Jamal need to guarantee victory? Man, you get to 28, 29 points in addition to what I'm already expecting to see from Jokic. I think that would guarantee victory, considering the offense that's going to be lacking there. If you missed it earlier in the show, in the I think second segment, we mentioned it that Ayo DeSumo is not going. Well, we don't know if he's questionable. He's not guaranteed to play. So we're going to be following that story like in the minutes leading up to tip-off. We may even find out while we're on the air here later this evening.
AG is still questionable as well, correct? We don't know if he's...
We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
So he's another one that we got to wait for.
What do you think on that front?
I think that AG is going to try to play tonight. I think for AG, he's a warrior. He wants to be out there with his team. He's already sacrificed his body multiple times last year. This year, he did it in Game 4. Was it because he was out Game 5?
Correct.
So I think he's going to try to play. I think they're going to have him on a minutes restriction. As long as Spencer Jones is doing his part, I don't think they're going to try to press AG to play meaningful minutes or a lot of minutes, but he's going to be out there tonight.
Well, I don't agree with you.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to see AG tonight. But
why though?
Because I think that,
like, this is it. If you lose,
yep, I understand. I think that with AG, you have to keep the war in mind and not the battle. If you can't beat this undermanned Timberwolves team tonight, when you have Jokic and you have Jamal going and you have Cam Johnson, and honestly, let's just be honest, a suitable replacement for Aaron Gordon. Is it possible? No joke, I'm legitimately asking the question. I'm not saying that Spencer Jones is better than Aaron Gordon. I would sound like a fool to my own ears.
Don't you dare say it.
But this version of Aaron Gordon, like you talk about, you share that story when you were younger, and I think it was your dad saying, dude, if even you 75%, the guy behind you 100%, he's better than you at 75%.
My pops used to tell me that all the time in the NFL. Right? He would see me limping around. And he'd say, dude, you're not ready to play. The guy in front of you is 100%, and he's healthier than you. He's better than you. So sit your ass down and get healthy. And I would never listen to him. And I hurt myself because of it.
Well, no joke, and I mean this literally. If my life was on the line tonight and the future of my life was determined by a win or a loss, and I am choosing from this version of Aaron Gordon against the current version of Spencer Jones, I'm starting Spencer Jones. I just believe in him more physically right now. We saw what Aaron Gordon looked like in game number 4. I mean, and then the longer the game went on, it was like, oh my gosh, you have to get him out of here.
But you said starting. So even if AG says, I want to play tonight, and they let him play, you still think that Spencer Jones should start in front of AG and maybe AG off the bench?
No, it's like, in my opinion, if AG says he's ready to go, you have to start him. Because what you don't want to do with that soft tissue injury is get him going for warm-ups, sit him down, and then ask him to come off the bench, because I saw what it looked like in Game 4. I saw what he looked like in the first half. He looked like 75% of himself. And in the second half, he looked like 25% of himself. We have to remember what Aaron Gordon looks like when he's right. This dude's flying around out of the dunker spot. This dude is changing angles so he can reverse dunk it just to get on SportsCenter.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Gordon, we saw him explode one time for a block in Game 4 against Anthony Edwards, in which he did. But I didn't see even the second cousin of the explosion that we're accustomed to with Aaron Gordon. And, Adelman was asked about this dynamic, the threshold for AG's mobility, and this is what he said yesterday.
I mean, I thought Aaron in the first half was very different than the second half, and I know in both halves he wasn't moving great. So I'm not saying he looked great in the first half, but I thought his mobility, the way he guarded Randall in the post was really, we need that. I thought in the second half you could see the wear and tear, not to mention, for me, one of the hardest parts of a guy like that with a soft tissue thing is you got to get him back on the court quicker. And I think when you get to halftime, you sit there for 20 minutes, that doesn't help anybody. So I'm not a doctor, I'm not a trainer, but obviously you guys could see it, I could see it. There is a point where it's not good for him, it's not good for the team, and everybody knows that Aaron wants to play. The guy's the ultimate teammate. He's been so good for us over the years, but we have to do what's right for him and the team.
What's right for him and the team. I believe you're not going to get some renewed version of him 96 hours after the game that they're referencing. I just don't believe that.
But I'm trying to go into Aaron Gordon's head now, and I don't know what AG's thinking of. Probably a lot of stuff. But if you're AG and you know you haven't been right for the last 2 years and you really want to finish this off, you may not be back here next year, especially if you lose tonight. And I believe, and I'm not reporting anything, I believe that if the Nuggets lose tonight, this will be AG's last time being a Denver Nugget unless they can't get something done, just because he's getting older and he can't stay healthy. So if you're AG, that might be in the back of your head. This may be my last time with the Denver Nuggets with my boys, and I'm willing to put it out there on the line for them because we need to win so we can keep this going.
Man.
And also, just because I know they need me defensively, and even if I'm not the best version of myself like I wasn't against the Thunder, I'm out there as long as I can, and then Spencer Jones could come in if he needs to.
Look, you don't sound crazy to me. I just don't believe it's best for AG or the Denver Nuggets right now.
It's not. Z. You need to be healthy if you're going to beat the Wolves.
And yes, the goal today is to beat the Wolves, but ultimately the goal is to try to get out of this round and go make a run. And we saw the impact that Aaron Gordon had on one Victor Wembanyama in that very important game down the backstretch of the season where we said it was the most important win of the year.
No doubt.
And the way that he had Wemby off his spot, uncomfortable, taking shots damn near behind the backboard, forcing him in that direction, like he plays with this physicality and this force and has the requisite athleticism to try to make up some of the length that Wemby has. I just think if you can't, let me just say it bluntly, if you can't beat this undermanned Minnesota Timberwolves team tonight with Jokic and Murray and most of your club,
yep,
it's just not meant to be. It's just not meant to be. You're not going to go win some championship if you're not even forcing a Game 7 in the first round. So I would just say, man, with Aaron specifically, and only Aaron, let's focus on the war instead of the battle. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. But I that's how I would go about it, handling him. Even if he told me he wants to play, which he could, man, I might even just take it out of his hands and say, Spencer Jones, he might not be as good as you when you're at the peak of your powers, but he is better than you right now. And I think that revealed itself on in Game 5.
AG!
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It really is for him. But it's a soft tissue injury. You're getting older. You're not the same version of yourself as you get older. That's sports. That is sports for you.
All right. Who is the biggest X factor for you tonight?
Biggest X factor, and maybe we're going to have the same one, Z, because I've been listening to you a little bit. And usually you're not right, but you might be right on this one right here. Mr. Cam Johnson. He is going to have to do his part like he did in Game 5, right, where he started off on fire. He brought it, right? He brought the energy. He was able to get his shot going. He was more aggressive, attacking the rim. He was able to get some 3 steals defensively. He was all over the place. All right, that's the same version we need to get tonight. The intensity needs to be on an all-time high. Cam Johnson needs to go in there and don't overthink things. Just take advantage of your opportunities. Shoot when it's there. Drive, attack the rim, Finish at the rim. All right, defensively, stick with your guy. Try to get those steals. Be aggressive. I think you get the same type of version of Cam Johnson as you did in Game 5 because he's a guy that gets into rhythm. And once he gets in the rhythm and he starts to get the confidence, it's hard to slow that man down. So Cam Johnson must have a strong game. I'm going to go 18 points. He has to have 18 points again, which he should be able to do. He should be able to do, especially if you're the Wolves saying we must stop Jokic, we must stop Jamal Murray. That means there's more opportunities for CB. There's more opportunities for Cam Johnson.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. And I would like it even better if Cam Johnson didn't qualify as an X factor because you just knew what you were getting every single night.
Well, do
Unfortunately,
you believe he qualifies?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, after Jamal and Jokic, and we know they each, even unto themselves, have not had great series. I mean, Jamal Murray, and I'm going to pull it up here in just a second to get the exact numbers, but from an efficiency standpoint, Jamal has not been good. And I know he's averaging 26 a game in this series, but he is shooting 37% from the floor and 27% from three. That is awful, just to put it bluntly. Jokic shooting 42% uncharacteristically from the floor and 19% from three. He's been a disaster. But that being said, those two guys have built up equity over the course of a career that supersedes 5 games.
Yeah.
So I think I know I'm getting from those guys tonight what they're going to present to the table. Beyond that, I think it's got to be Cam Johnson for sure. He qualifies as an X factor. And Christian Brown.
CB.
I mean, Christian Brown is averaging 9 points a game in this series. You know, for a frame of reference, Zeke Naji came off the bench for 1 game and scored 10. Christian Brown is going to be on a $150 million contract. He's averaging 9 points a game. He's playing 32 minutes a night. So, and then you question, like, a guy like that going on the road in that environment. Like, do you trust Christian Brown? Let's just say it like this. And maybe you answered it with your X Factor question. Yeah. Beyond Jokic and Jamal, who do you trust the most tonight? Is it Cam Johnson?
Oh, it definitely is Cam Johnson. It's not CB. I can't trust CB. I can't trust CB to shoot the three-point shot when he's open. I don't know what I'm getting from him defensively. And it's just one of these things where if my life's on the line, I'm not going with CB. It's going to Cam Johnson because Cam Johnson at least has shown us in Game 5 that he can turn it on. I'm still waiting for CB.
Yeah.
Still waiting.
That's probably the right answer. You know, Cam Johnson, because the ripple effect of these injuries, you're seeing Cam Johnson match up with little old veteran Mike Connolly, who's had a great career, but it's 2026. I mean, and so there's real advantage to take there. If I were to answer my own question,
go ahead.
After Jamal and Yoke, who do you trust the most tonight? Cam Johnson, it's unsettling. It's definitely not CB.
Don't tell me it's a guy coming off the bench.
You want to know what, man? I can't. It might be. This is nuts. It might be someone like Bruce Brown or Spencer Jones.
Bruce Brown?
Yes.
Well, hold on. Explain to me out of nowhere Bruce Brown.
Yeah, because tonight is going to be a madhouse. Tonight is going to be rabid. Tonight is going to be super physical and fierce and a dogfight, and they're going to be in your face. And, like, when it comes to, like, guys I want next to me in the foxhole from a spirit standpoint, from an approach, from a dog standpoint, like Bruce Brown could go out tonight and have 7 points and majorly impact the game. And so in this specific situation, like if you're drafting the Nuggets, you're not drafting Bruce Brown third or fourth.
No.
But I trust that man's spirit and intensity and heart for a moment like this. And I wish I had a different answer because I'm getting to Bruce Brown because I don't like the other answers to the specific question that we're asking in terms of trust beyond Jokic and Jamal tonight. I think I think I know what I'm going to get from Bruce Brown this evening, and I know he's going to play around 20 minutes.
Now. He's a dog.
He's a dog. And I'll say, instead of the shot making and all that, give me the guy who I know is coming into this with his hands up ready for a freaking fist fight.
I love it, actually, man. I didn't think about it like that.
Different angle on it.
No, for sure. It's like, who do you want to go into this fight with? A guy that you don't know what you're going to get out of him, and he's a slow starter, and he's not as physical, or a guy that you know, no matter what happens, he's going to have your back, and he's going to make sure you feel it. Defensively, too. There's going to have to be some good defense being played throughout this game. You know the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to play great defense. You said it yesterday. You say if the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to win this game, they're going to hold the Denver Nuggets to double-digit points, right, with a 96, 97, something like that. If the Denver Nuggets get to 118, the Denver Nuggets are winning this game.
Correct.
Man.
Correct. So
who's he beat?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. What would be your answer to that question on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043? Beyond Jokic and Jamal, who we believe we know what we're going to get out of them tonight, who would it be? And so here we go. Is it someone like Tim Hardaway? Is it someone like Jonas Valanciunas?
I thought you were going to go with Tim Hardaway. Pro's pro, man. Can come up big, has come up big in games throughout the regular season.
He has, but he's really struggled in this series.
He has.
So,
physicality, man.
No doubt.
It's been hurting him.
No doubt. All right. Maybe we can circle back and get to some of those responses on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Mike Kliss came on with the fellas in the midday. And obviously the topic of conversation was this news with Bo Nix. And this was Mike we're talking about the concern level of Bo's injury.
I think something where there's concern. And the reason why is the Broncos went out there during the NFL owners meetings, and it was a universal message between Sean Payton, George Payton, Greg Penner even, saying that he would be ready for OTAs, full go by the start of the offseason. In fact, I put out there that it was the start of OTAs, he'd be full go. And they clarified to say, no, it's the start of the offseason program, which is Monday. And so obviously he's not doing that. That was just a month ago. And he's not doing that because he had this follow-up surgery a week ago. And I think it was last Monday was when he had it. So he's going to be limited. He might get out there for a couple reps in OTAs, but he's not going to be full go. And so that is a concern. Now, if he heals right, if there's no more setbacks, no more discomfort, then he should be ready for the start of training camp, and there'll be much ado about nothing if he's out there for the opening day and, the season opener and plays in all 17 games. But, the fact that this wasn't his first ankle surgery, he's had multiple ankle surgeries, you just wonder about the long-term structure that he has down there, because Bo Nix needs his feet, especially late in games. That's why I think he's so effective. He uses his feet and scrambles, gets that first down here and there, and then mixes in his passes. I think that's why he's been kind of Captain Clutch here the last couple of years.
So Mike laying it out, from what was exactly being said, even to the point where they were correcting Mike Kliss.
Yeah.
As he was referencing, hey, Bo will be ready for the start of OTAs. Like, no, he's going to be ready for the start of the offseason program.
And Denver is going to correct you too if they feel like you're wrong.
Totally.
They'll let you know that's not what it's like. That's nothing to see here. So it's interesting to even talk about where it's like, yeah, we were all looking forward to talking about Bo during OTAs, and Bo was going to be starting the offseason workouts. That means conditioning. That means, of course, the meetings, but you're lifting, you're running, you're doing all the physical things that you need to do to get ready for OTAs, and then you hit the ground running once OTAs start. And now we're sitting here with Bo restarting the process, where you got to go back and you got to go through the small rehab first, and they're going to be cautious with you, and then you'll do a build up. And I just remember it now. I can close my eyes and remember it now with my wrist, right? I went and had the surgery, played through it. Then I had to go to get a cleanup job, and they treated me like they did when I had the real surgery, where it's like you're going to go through a long process. You won't do OTAs this year, and you'll get ready for the regular season, which hurt me as a running back because I'm all about rhythm. I'm all about getting out there, getting the conditioning in. And so for Bo, it's going to be interesting to see what he does. And knowing how Bo is, and he's hard to force him to sit still.
Right,
what is he going to be doing when now it's like, dude, you need to sit your butt still because now you've already been through 2 surgeries because things are just not right with your ankle.
Yeah, this is fascinating for the wrong reasons here. Now let me ask you this. I'm big picture concerned.
Yeah.
Big picture concerned. Him being ready for training camp, it's not going to alleviate the big picture concern here. But for this year specifically, is there a time where you will start being concerned about this season specifically, a slow start in September? Like, is there like a cutoff date where it's like, this dude needs to be back by X date to build that chemistry, to store those reps, all that?
Bo needs to be back when camp starts because he needs to build the chemistry with Jalen Waddle. This is when you're going to do it, right? You're going against the defense. You're competing. You're going through these dog days. You're learning the system with Jalen Waddle. You're learning what Jalen Waddle brings to the table. And I said it earlier, this is also a time during camp where you get used to Davis Webb and how he coaches as an offensive coordinator.
Right.
So for Bo, he needs to be ready to go during camp where he's competing with his boys, where he's out there, knocking the rust off, getting ready for a fast start this year. Because for Davis Webb, we all know that he needs to have a fast start.
Right.
If Davis Webb does not have a fast start, who's going to take over play calling duties? Sean is. So you need your starting quarterback, your franchise quarterback, in order to have a fast start and for the team to have the confidence that we can have another great year. You need Bo Nix there. You need his presence around, right? His command around. So I'm going to get worried if we catch a wind or they tell us, hey, Bo Nix is not going to be ready to go during camp, because now it's like, damn, it was worse than we thought.
Yeah, that Davis Webb layer of sort of hitting the reset button on play calling and him potentially not being available for even all the reps leading up to camp. That's, again, not going to sweat too much about that. But yeah, if we get to the summer and we're going to be on like Bo Nix watch here.
Oh, yes, man. We're going to be talking about Bo Nix, watching him. Z, you got your spies out there that are spying on Bo Nix. I'm sure you'll get some type of news about what he's doing. Hopefully he's sitting there, letting that ankle rest, truly getting ready for the season, because that's what he needs to be doing now. We need him. If you don't have Bo Nix, none of this works.
That's right.
If you don't have Jokic, you don't win a championship. All right, if you don't have Nathan McKinnon, you don't win a championship. You need your star players.
That's it. Okay. Does anyone realize the insane coincidence when it comes to the Broncos' last draft pick, Mr. Irrelevant? That's coming up next.
Denver, a playoff city where the stakes are higher and the moments are bigger. As the Avalanche hit the ice and the Nuggets hit the court. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is your home for complete playoff coverage. Every game, every series, every critical call. Broken down by the voices you trust. We don't just follow the playoffs. We live them, so you never miss a thing. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. AdvancedHair.com.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more. Getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper sharper at work, be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
I've never put much stock in astrology, but with the new multiplier scratch, the stars are aligned for some pretty big prizes. Because no matter your moon sign or what Mercury's up to, your win can get multiplied up to 200 times with prizes up to $1 million, which could steer your life into a very interesting new phase. New multiplier scratch from the Colorado Lottery. Multiply your win up to 200 times. Must be 18 to play.
When a semi-truck hits you, it's not always just a fender bender. First, it's the missed work. Then the medical bills pile up. And these big rig companies can move fast with teams of lawyers, investigators, and denials. If you're not ready, you're already behind. At the Berg Simpson Law Firm, we've handled these cases for decades. So if you've been struck by an 18-wheeler, call us at Berg Simpson today.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Hey, it's Stokely. Spring is here, but you know Colorado. Warm one day, chilly the next. And trust me, summer is coming in hot. Beat the rush with an early bird air conditioner tune-up and inspection for only $49 from ROX Rocks Heating and Air. They'll inspect your system and keep you cool when everyone else is scrambling. Call Rocks Heating and Air today and schedule your tune-up before the end of April. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair, ROX, Rocks, Heating and Air.
Hello?
Hey sis, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
Take a look at the picture I just sent you. I'm walking into Hellsberg and want to get Mom something special for Mother's Day.
Yeah, she's done so much for us this year. Let's see. Diamond pendant. Oh, she'd love this.
Great. I'll get this, which means you're in charge of flowers.
Okay, deal.
This Mother's Day, save up to 50% on timeless gifts for Mom. Shop at a store near you or at Hellsberg.com.
This is the sound of Claire, cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd. To the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey, it's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Wildland Urban Interface is the new Colorado standard. It could affect your next siding, decking, roofing, or window project. 5280 Exteriors can help you identify your fire risk zone, stay compliant, and protect your home.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Want to partake in our contest? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it! 1! All righty. All right, so does anyone realize the insane coincidence when it comes to the Broncos' last draft pick, Mr. Irrelevant, the 257th pick in the NFL draft? So it's Red Murdoch, the linebacker from Buffalo, all right? The kid can play, 2-time first-team All-MAC. He's got the NCAA record for forced fumbles, 17 forced fumbles. Phil, that is like a Star Wars number.
I mean, I don't know how my man's coming up with these fumbles. He just has an act for it, and it's working out, which helps you out. You know what, Z? The Denver Broncos struggled to get the ball.
That's true.
Back to the offense.
Very true.
So having somebody like this come in, maybe force a couple fumbles, will help the offense out, easier touchdowns. The defense looks even stronger. It might be a great pickup because of that.
Man, you just never know. He's actually from a place called Hopewell, Virginia. He was high school teammates with Travion Henderson, believe it or not. This is a guy who, while he was in high school, he completed an associate's degree at Bright Point Community College through a dual enrollment program. This guy, he is so fascinating. All right, the more I read about this young man, he started a homework program, a virtual homework program in his hometown, worked part-time while playing Division I football, got a associate's degree when he was in high school. When he was coming out of high school, he had 0 Division I offers, so he went to prep school. He got 1 offer. It was from Buffalo, and now he's a Denver Bronco. But here's what I just think is kind of trippy, okay? It's kind of trippy. So he broke the NCAA record for forced fumbles with 17.
Yeah.
You know who used to have that record?
Who?
Khalil Mack.
Ooh-wee.
Okay, Khalil Mack. Red Murdoch broke it. But Red is not his actual name. His nickname is Red. You want to know what his real name is? Khalil.
So maybe Khalil Mack went back to school.
So Red Murdoch, real name Khalil Murdoch, came out of Buffalo. You remember where Khalil Mack came out of?
Out of Buffalo.
Out of Buffalo.
Khalil Mack.
What are the chances that Khalil Murdoch breaks the record formerly held by Khalil Mack? I did research. The name Khalil is super uncommon. I even isolated it to just African Americans. Less than 1% of African Americans are named Khalil. So what are the chances? You have the 2 all-time college football leaders for forced fumbles in the history of the sport. Both have the initials KM. Both are named Khalil, and both played at Buffalo.
Yeah, that's weird. It's freaky. It's freaky.
That's insane.
It's cool for him, right? It's cool for Red. It's cool for Khalil Mack. They have something they can bond over forever. But, man, what are the odds?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. What are the odds?
Z?
So I started typing all these prompts into artificial intelligence, AI. And according to ChatGPT, the likelihood that the number 1 and number 2 all-time forced fumbles both have the initials KM, both are named Khalil, and both played at Buffalo is approximately 1 in 10 million.
Woo. Damn.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Anyway, I'm really impressed with everything I've learned about this young man who does go by Red Murdoch. We'll see what we're in store for. I don't know how much he's going to play his rookie year.
Yeah, I mean, for him, he's a try-hard dude. His limitations are he's not as fast. Covering these shiftier running backs, the slots are going to be something that he's going to struggle with.
Sure.
But anything is possible. He's a 7th-round draft pick. They seen something in him if you're going to still draft him. He has to go out there and make something happen. If he's able to get the turnovers, find ways to make some big-time plays, he will have his butt on that football field helping the Denver Broncos win games.
I love it. Pretty cool. Both drafted into the AFC West, by the way, as our text line is pointing out. Pretty cool, man.
Khalil Mack, by the way, man, he's a different cat, right? In a different way, right? He's kind of like ZB. He beats to his own drum. I've never seen Khalil Mack, and I've been around him multiple times with any friends or anybody around him. He does things by himself. All right, one time we were eating dinner, my brother and I were eating dinner in, I want to say, California, and Khalil Mack walks in by himself, goes to the bar, gets himself a drink, gets himself some food, eats, quiet, nobody messes with him, and he just walks out. He just kind of does his own thing.
Yep.
See, it's interesting, man. He's a bad dude. He's real quiet.
Oh, he'll go to the Hall of Fame.
Real quiet, but yeah, he's dominant.
All right, next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, local legend, Calais Campbell. He's still at it, Phil.
Calais.
39 years old. 6-time Pro Bowler. today signed a 1-year contract with the Baltimore Ravens. He is going to turn 40 at the start of week 1. Have you ever heard of anything like this? Especially someone who plays his position, not a quarterback, not a kicker. Like, what?
Yeah, and you know, Derek Wolfe used to play for the Baltimore Ravens as well at the end of his career. So Derek Wolfe and Calais Campbell were together because Calais Campbell was with the Ravens before going to Arizona. Now he's back with the Ravens. And I remember Wolfe telling me, he's like, man, he is messed up. Like, he can't stand up straight. Like, he has some kind of, like, arch in his back where it kind of slithers, so he's, like, walks weird. Like, he's all banged up, but yet my man is still out there making plays, getting sacks, and just doing what I guess he loves to do at 40 years old. I don't know how he's doing it. Truly.
And you know, I'm watching LeBron, too, at 41 years old. Like, and the Lakers could be in some trouble. You know, could be in some trouble. That series is now 3-2, but I'm just, like, looking at him like because I'm 39, and there's, like, a bizarre, how do I say this? It's like a bizarre comfort that someone can still play a professional sport that's older than me, right?
Like, you still feel young, huh?
Yeah,
man.
There'll be a certain point in time where, like, no professional athlete is older than me, right? But that time is not now because of people like Calais Campbell and LeBron James. I can't believe that guy is still in the league. He's Denver South as well, right?
Yep. Went to Denver South before me. Went to the University of Miami.
That's right.
Great dude to talk to. Great person when it comes to football, but off the field, he's always looking to help people out. Truly.
Yeah, pretty cool story. Signing with the Ravens today. All right, next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right, pretty big night for the Western Conference in the NHL. So the Wild and Ducks both look to close out their series against the Stars and the Oilers. What happens tonight in Game 6, Stars and Wild, back in Minnesota after the Wild stole Game 5 in Dallas?
Wild still Game 5 in Dallas. I think Dallas is going to return the favor. Dallas is going to find a way to beat the Wild tonight. There's going to be a Game 7, which we want. We want the Wild and the Dallas Stars to beat each other up. But you know how Dallas is. When you think, just like the Nuggets, when you think the Dallas Stars are out, they find a way to win. All right, they're going to do well on the power play like they always do. They're going to be chippy. They're going to find a way to try to lure the Wild into to making dumb mistakes, dumb penalties. And I can see the Dallas Stars winning tonight and forcing a Game 7.
I think so too, man. I think you're on it. This has had 7 games written on it before the series ever started. And I think somehow, some way, they'll find a way and force a Game 7. I would love that. You see what Nazem Kadri said?
He said, have an 8-9, have a Game 8, Game 9, Game 10. Hell, go Game 11 if you want.
Oh, my gosh, I love that. All right, so we'll see what actually shakes out here later this evening with the Avs' future opponent. All right, shifting gears. Speaking of, what has Jared Bednar learned about that series and how he plans on keeping his group sharp while waiting for their second-round opponent? We'll hear from the head coach coming up next.
With Bo Nix having to get more work done on his injured ankle, could that spell future problems for the Broncos QB?
No one is going to want to hear what I have to say, but this will not be the last time. I'm just telling you.
With the ankle?
With an ankle issue with Bo Nix. I'm telling you on Wednesday, April 29th. It's not because it brings me joy or glee. It's not because I want to, but based on the evidence that I have. I hope I'm wrong, but I said I was really concerned about this after it happened and derailed the trip to the Super Bowl, and he's got another surgery on the ankle before he plays a down after that latest ankle injury.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
The cost of living isn't just high, it's exhausting. If you've been leaning on credit cards lately just to cover the basics like groceries, gas, and utility bills, you're essentially paying a survival tax of 20% interest or more. Why keep handing your hard-earned paycheck to the big banks when you could keep it for your family? My friends at American Financing have a better way. They're helping homeowners tap into their equity to pay off high-interest debt with mortgage rates currently in the 5s. On average, American Financing is saving their customers $800 a month, nearly $10,000 $1,000 a year back in your pocket. It's not just a loan, it's a total financial reset. It takes just 10 minutes to find out what you could save. No upfront fees and no obligation to talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant. Here's the kicker. Start today and you could even delay 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, America's home for home loans. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.327% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com. We won't leave you waiting. Sing it with me.
Always on time, or you don't pay it time. Always on time, or you don't pay it time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. In a world where dealerships come and go, one name has stood the test of time. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet, proudly serving Colorado since 1987 as the longest owned Chevy dealer in the state. From a huge selection of new Chevys to quality pre-owned vehicles, plus a team committed to treating you right, it's no wonder generations of Colorado drivers keep coming back. To see all the specials, visit BozarthAuto.com today. Again, that's BozarthAuto.com. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet. Experience you trust, service you deserve since 1987.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
That sound? Yeah, that's not a good sign. Hey, it's Drew Brees, and when your car starts making noises like that, a big repair bill might be coming right at you. But with CarShield, you don't have to fear unexpected breakdowns. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. I spent my career making tough calls, but this one is simple.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Landscape your yard with 100% natural Permagreen shredded red cedar or Permagreen gorilla hair. These products aren't dyed or treated, so you can safely use them anywhere in your yard. Buy these and other Permagreen products wherever better things are sold.
Spring is in the air, and Alev's long-lasting pain relief is here to keep you moving. The days are longer, and the flowers are blooming. Whether it's gardening, yard work, or just spending more time outdoors, spring has a way of getting us moving despite any body pain. That's where Aleve can keep you going. With just one dose, Aleve gives you long-lasting body pain relief for up to 12 hours. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's powered by Hellsberg. Shop and store are at hellsberg.com.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is penalty. Penalty. Text penalty to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's penalty to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
While the Colorado Avalanche wait for the Wild and Dallas Stars to finish their series.
They're just waiting around, practicing.
That's it.
Sitting on the couch, drinking a couple beers probably.
That's it.
What the hockey players do.
That's it. That's what happens when your series goes 1, 2, 3 into the 4. and that's it. The series is over. That's what happens. Just wait.
Oh, man. Kel and Nate Dogg, they heading out the door.
So we'll see what happens later tonight. But Bednar, speaking yesterday at the practice after practice yesterday at Family Sports, our own Will Peterson was there and bouncing some questions off Bedsy.
Make sure you give Will that
oh, he's gonna be searching for that.
Oh, you know that.
No doubt, and we'll give it to him. Hey, you do the work, you get the credit. Bednar, interesting response that I actually was a fan of. And it's a longer response.
For whatever reason, stylistically, individual efforts, whatever that you hope to create a lot of scoring chances. And some that will challenge you on the defensive side to be as tight as you were against LA, right? I think the style that they play, and we had a clear idea on what it was, and we watched the whole season, and what we would need to do to make sure that we could win on a nightly basis. The guys did it. They were disciplined and they were committed to it, and that's going to change slightly there, depending on who you're playing as to what the keys are to your success, and you're focusing on those but still playing to your identity. But I mean, if people thought that we were going to go into LA and score 5 a night because we led the league in goals, and in my mind that just wasn't going to happen. So you had to make sure you're good on the defensive side of it. And that's how tight this league is. That was a 1 versus 8 matchup, and every game was close and could have went either way.
And every game was close.
Yeah.
And there was a lot there. It's a 71-second response. You don't get that from Bednar like during the season or during a series, but since he's got a second to just relax here.
It was well laid out. He explaining everything and the thought process and kind of answering questions that we had at the beginning of the series with the Kings of like, hey, what is it going to look like? Should the Avs just blow the Kings out and have a 5-1 win every single night? And it looks like for Bednar, he addressed it to his players saying, look, I'm not looking for it to be 5-1 all the time. We know what type of style they're going to play.
Yep.
Let's meet it fire with fire, play great defense, and find a way just to win the game. And that's exactly what the Avs did. They found ways to win the game.
They did. And, one of the things that I took away from both the series coupled with that response there is that I don't know. Obviously, the Avs have a lot of firepower. But I think it's unfair to them and their versatility to say that they only want to play one way, that open ice and high flying, and because these.
Last time I said finesse, you almost came across the table and slapped me up my head. Like finesse.
Well, in hockey, that could be looked at as like a negative term, even though you're right in your sort of framing of like the profile of who the Avs are. They have a bunch of skill.
Yes.
They have a bunch of skill, but they also have so much more than that. And when Bednar said, hey, if you thought we were going to come into that series and be winning 5-1, like it was never going to be like that. Now, I wish I knew that before game 1 when I'm laying alternate lines and alternate goals. We're laying 1.5, 2.5, 3.5.
Oh, they're going to put up points and we're going to love it. Like, okay.
But I don't know if it's fair to say the Avs just have one style. They can really, they can play any way that you want to play. And we've known that, but to watch them thrive in that environment and trail for, 3 minutes in the series?
That's it.
Playing their game, quote unquote, their game. But really what I'm saying is it's not just their game, the Kings game. That was the Avs game too. And you heard Gabe during the series say, no, we love this. He may have been telling the truth, honestly, Phil.
But you know what, it's because you have a mixture of players on the ice. You got Kel, that's a two-way player. All right, for example, LOC, he can do it all too as well, right? He can be physical, but also like if he needs to be more finesse, he can do that. He can find ways to score. You got Nate Dogg that can do two things. He's very aggressive when he wants to be. He can play better defense if you ask me, but he scores. Netjes is another one, right? Scoring. But you have a mixture of Gabe and Val as well. So like there's different styles out there already that it mixes well together. And McFarland has done a great job of putting together a complete team that can do it all. Right? They don't have a bunch of weak spots. All right, it especially helps you when Wedgie goes out there and makes some really good, awesome saves as well in between the pipes. Like that helps you out and it gives you more confidence that you can be overly aggressive if you need to score some goals so that you can beat a team like the Kings that want to muck it up and just play defense, right? That type of style. So you're right, Z. They can do it any type of way you want it.
Yeah, here's a little bit more from Bednar. Phil asked if he's learned anything watching this Minnesota and Dallas series.
Well, lots can be learned. Nothing's really surprising me so far to this point. Both very good teams, both winning in different ways. I mean, they finished where they finished for a reason, and it's been a great series to this point. And yeah, we'll get who we get, and we'll go from there.
Do you think Bednar wants a specific opponent here?
I don't. I think in his case, the team that he's built or Chris McFarland and him built, I don't think he cares now. I think for him, it's like we are well put together. We have a different mentality this year. All right, everybody is fairly healthy. I know Kadri's still dealing with something, but he's out there. I don't think he cares because in his head, it's like, no, they have to face us. Like they have to get through us. And that's very hard to do. And then, like I said earlier, when your goalie is playing really good and he's standing on his head, that only gives you extra confidence. So I don't think Bezzy cares. I think he's looking at it like whoever's there, let's go out there and play.
I mostly agree with you, but I would not agree with you if Pete DeBoer was still at the, behind the bench.
I like that one. I can see that one.
The Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
Right? Just with the black magic stuff. But now that he's out of the fold, I agree with you. Like, whatever come what may. Like, bring it. Bring it. Okay. What is, Phil, a realistic expectation from a production standpoint for the Broncos' first two draft picks in their rookie seasons? We'll try to manage those expectations coming up next.
The Nuggets head back to Minneapolis with everything on the line in Game 6. Denver Stars have been punched, pushed, and challenged at every turn in this series. And now it's about response. Can Nikola Jokic reclaim control and drag the champs back home for a Game 7? Can Jamal Murray find that late series magic again? Or will Minnesota smell blood and close the door behind that ferocious defense? Nuggets, Wolves, Game 6. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
What's going on, guys? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And I know there's at least 50 of you driving down the street right now listening to me thinking, hey, I'm getting ready to pop the question to my significant other. And if that's the case, then you know you need a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a new milestone, or finally just doing something special for yourself for once, this is where it's all going to begin for you. Imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secret to the business with you, but guys, they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and of course the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also in Inglewood and Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey, while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Once active and adventurous, Stephanie from Parker, Colorado was sidelined by joint pain. She was losing touch with what gave her real joy.
I want to stay active, and if I don't do something now to feel better, that will keep me out hiking and running and doing all those activities, my health's going to suffer from it. I had the treatment at QC Kinetics.
Their all-natural regenerative treatments use the restorative biologics from Stephanie's body. As the healing properties went to work, Stephanie realized something one day.
I was like, wow, I don't feel any pain. I have no problem going up and down stairs. I have no problem going down mountains. Snowboarding felt good again.
If you see Stephanie on a mountain, give her a thumbs up. That is, if you can catch her.
And now I can totally keep up with my friends in their 30s, and I'm 55.
Don't even think about giving up. Lots of life to live here. Call now for a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
In the playoffs, games are won and lost in overtime, where the pressure is at its highest. In your facility, overtime starts the moment the power goes down. That's when experience makes the difference. For over 40 years, Piper Electric has delivered expert electrical construction, service, and maintenance, including fire alarms and large-scale power distribution. Their licensed electricians are built for high-pressure situations and complex projects. Starting something new? Make the call that keeps you out of overtime. Include Piper Electric. Visit piperelectric.com.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, what is a realistic expectation from a production standpoint for the Denver Broncos' first 2 picks in this rookie class?
Dominance. Starting right off the bat, Z. Just making sure everybody knows their name.
Well,
Nah, man.
probably not, right?
Probably not.
Probably not. You know, the 2 guys, all right, and obviously the Broncos didn't pick their 62nd overall selection. They moved back to 68th. That's the 3rd round. So you have a 3rd rounder and a 4th rounder here. All right. Tyler Onyedem. What should the percentage of the snap count? Let's just start there. Like snap count for Onyedem's rookie season.
So, Z, you have someone like John Franklin Myers that was playing 50% of the snaps, and he's been in the league for a long time. He was really, really good last year, and yet he was still only getting half the snaps. Why? Zach Allen and a couple other guys that were rotating in. Malcolm Roach, Awazurike being another one that was getting some love here and there. So I'm going to have to go with him. I'm going to go a little higher because he is a 3rd-round draft pick, and I think that they do have a vision for him, and if he can kind of establish himself fast, he'll get more reps. I'm going to say 30%. He'll get 30% of the snaps, you know, when he's in there, and maybe it's just on the running downs. Maybe it's like, hey, you got to earn your right to go in there and rush the passer, and get the sacks and get the love that way. And how do you do that? You have to do the right thing. You have to anchor down. You have to stop the run. You have to do the dirty work. And then if you do that the right way and you're being successful with stopping the run, we'll reward you by putting you in there or keeping you in there to try to get you a couple sacks.
30%. I think I would sign up for that right now.
30%.
Truly, I think I'd sign up for that this second. for Tyler Onyedum's rookie season.
Well, I'll be your agency. 30%, right? 30% to sign up for it. I'm your guy.
What if I said over under? What if I gave you an offer right now of 2.5 sacks for his rookie year?
2.5.
2.5 sacks for his rookie year. Would you take that right now, or would you say, no, thank you, I'll roll the dice for more production?
You know what, Z? I am going to sign up for 2.5 sacks because I have him going for 3 sacks this year. I think for our guy, I think that he's going to have to earn his right to be on that football field. I think that if the Malcolm Roaches and some of these other players stay healthy, of course, Zach Allen, you're not going to see a lot of him on the passing downs. And it's going to be hard to get sacks anyway with Jonathan Cooper, Zach Allen, Nick Bonito. You know, you have other ones coming off the bench, too, that can get sacks.
Yes,
so,
Savion Jones, Q Robinson, if you want to throw those guys in there.
So, like, you know, you have a lot of mouths to feed. And so I'm going to say 2.5 sacks, sign me up for that, man. First year, I'm not expecting the man to go and be the all-world defensive tackle his first year, but do the little things right and establish himself in the NFL.
Yeah, I think I would take that right now as well. Jonah Coleman. What do you think the workload for young Jonah Coleman, running back out of Washington in his rookie season, just from a workload standpoint?
Yeah.
What do you think we're looking at on Sundays?
And I'm in my head, I'm picturing J.K. staying healthy. I'm picturing R.J. staying healthy, and then of course Jonah Coleman still being in the mix. Jonah Coleman gets the opportunity to get as many touches as the man wants as he builds onto his time on that football field. And what I mean by that, because I confuse you right there, is
I think you confused yourself.
You know, I did too. You're right. What I mean by that is they have a vision for Jonah Coleman. J.K. Dobbins is the starting running back. But if Jonah Coleman can go in there, run in between the tackles like they're expecting him to do, just like J.K. Dobbins, it can force J.K. Dobbins to take less of a load. And one, to keep him healthy, and two, because that's their guy. They're drafting him for a reason, to replace J.K. at some point. I have Jonah Coleman going for 450 yards this year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I see a vision for Jonah Coleman with that, because he does run well in between the tackles. He is a bruiser. He is a bigger running back. And I can see R.J. Harvey having the role of, hey, doing the outside running when it's there, a lot of pass catching. I can see R.J. Harvey's attempts on the ground going down because of Jonah Coleman. And as Jonah Coleman starts to kind of establish himself, get more comfortable, it could be the J.K. Dobbins, Jonah Coleman show when it comes to running the ball. And then you have R.J. Harvey on third downs, catching out of the backfield and doing his part there. Jonah Coleman, if he can do what I think he can do, he'll go for 450 yards and keep J.K. healthy.
And then,
did I confuse you there?
No, that was
better.
Pretty clear.
Right.
In the passing game as well, like, I think you need to find ways to get Jonah Coleman involved there too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was very productive at Washington, catching the football out of the backfield. So I just don't know how all this is going to go. And let's say that Dobbins does go down. Jonah Coleman's the starting running back?
He's the starting running back.
I think so. Yeah.
What would you have for him? Say JK's healthy, RJ's healthy, Jonah Coleman's in there. He's going to get some carries. What would you say his total yards are going to be?
You want to know what? So when you said 450 yards, I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty solid, you know. And I think it would be, but that equates to 26 yards a game. That actually could be like super realistic. Like you could be like really on this one. I think that I'll just be a little bit more bullish. I'll say 35 yards a game. So 35 times 17, 595 yards. So I'll just go a little bit above that, and then maybe another 175, 200 yards in the pass game. So around 795 all-purpose yards.
Yeah,
is that
that's
live
doable,
within reality?
But the only issue is what happens to R.J. Harvey, the pet cat. Like what does that look like when it comes to rushing yards, passing yards, right, or catching yards? Like, what does that look like? Because no matter what, J.K. is going to get his yards, and if J.K. can stay healthy, he'll get to 1,000 yards this year because he's the bell cow back. So if JK is getting a chunk of the carries, you have Jonah Coleman who can run in between the tackles really well, so he's going to get some carries. What does that leave for R.J. Harvey? Is he the odd man out that literally maybe gets 300 yards this year? Is he the Devontae Booker when you have Roy Freeman, myself, and then now, Book, who was just in there literally for third downs because they trusted him blocking? That's why he was in there and he could catch.
But I think they trust Jonah Coleman right out of the gate blocking too.
Why would you not? I mean, watching his film, and he has put it out there, which he did a smart PR move by saying, hey, look, I want to block first. I want to go out there and block and show that I belong here because that's what a coach wants to see.
Sure.
We know you can run the football in between the tackles, but can you do the dirty work? Can you protect Bo Nix so that he doesn't have another ankle injury? Can you help with that so that Bo Nix can thrive in the pass game? You need a running back that can identify the coverages, the defense, the blitzes, pick up the blitz so that you can have a successful play.
Yeah, that's very interesting. And really, like, to peel back a layer, is there an open competition for that role here in the preseason? I think there should be. I think there should be between Jonah Coleman and R.J. Harvey. Like, who is the more suitable third down back? Man, that could be one of the more interesting micro battles at training camp. Okay, well, hopefully J.K. Dobbins can stay healthy, and they'll figure that. And Sean said it right. Well, that stuff will work itself out.
It will. It always does. It always does. I mean, see, look, I wasn't supposed to get any carries.
No.
I was a special team player. In the first game of my career, I touched the ball 14 times.
That's crazy.
I think I had 2 catches. So I wasn't expecting that. So things are going to kind of iron itself out, and things are going to go how they're going to go. You just have to trust the process.
All right, man. Really looking forward to camp. And I know we're still a couple months out, but it's going to be May here in about 5 seconds. After May comes June. And after June comes July, and that's when training camp is. So it's going to be here, lickety-split. Man, can't wait. Lots of storylines. Okay. It's a do-or-die game for the Denver Nuggets tonight. What does our game day gut say? And what is the latest injury news coming out of Minnesota? We'll get to that next.
Most teams are lucky to have one Conn Smythe contender. The Avalanche may have 3. They win it! Nathan McKinnon playing like a human highlight reel. Cale Makar turning every shift into a masterclass. And Scott Wedgwood stacking a playoff resume that would be headline material anywhere else. Colorado doesn't just have stars. They have 3 legitimate playoff MVP candidates. And if even one of them hits that next gear, the Cup road gets a whole lot shorter. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
Jacob's Law 303 Law 4040. Really proud of this case that we just settled. There was a young man very seriously injured. In fact, I had to go to the hospital and meet with him and his family. And we checked with the insurance companies while I was at the hospital, and they claimed no insurance coverage on either side. And on top of that, he had no medical insurance. So he was going to be facing about $400,000 in medical bills. And I said to the family, I said, I cannot make you any promises, but I know no other lawyer is going to touch this case because the insurance companies say they won't pay. But I want to try. Let me at least try. And I put my team at 303 Law 4040 on it, and they found $75,000 in insurance coverage that the insurance companies did not want to pay. So not only do we get them $75,000, but we also found a way to get them on Medicaid. So the $400,000 in bills was covered by medical insurance as well. We were proud. We fought for them. We'll fight just as hard for you if you ever need us. The number is 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need us. It's 303 Law 4040.
Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes will come out, but what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. You'll get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices and no battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices will be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, no strings. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. All with Xfinity's 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. To get started, visit Xfinity.com or drop into an Xfinity store. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
The biggest savings of the year from the oldest family-owned Toyota dealership in the Denver Metro, Groove Toyota. Limited time during the Over and Above sales event. Over 300 Toyota Tacomas. Only $329 a month lease. Visit GrooveToyota.com. Find your groove with 329 Tacomas at GrooveToyota.com. Start here. Go anywhere.
Closed end lease for 36 months with $35.99 to its signing. Zero security deposit on approved credit. Call 720-961-4465 for complete details. Offer expires 5/4/26.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
As temperatures rise, the last thing you want is an air conditioner that can't keep up. That's where Day and Night Mechanical Solutions of Denver comes in. They specialize in repairing and installing all types of heating and cooling systems, keeping your home comfortable no matter the season. From quick repairs to full system replacements, their expert technicians get the job done right the first time. Call Day and Night Mechanical Solutions or visit DNMech.com to schedule your service or free estimate. Day and Night Mechanical Solutions. Heating and cooling you can count on day and night.
The cost of living isn't just high, it's exhausting. If you've been leaning on credit cards lately just to cover the basics like groceries, gas, and utility bills, you're essentially paying a survival tax of 20% interest or more. Why keep handing your hard-earned paycheck to the big banks when you could keep it for your family? My friends at American Financing have a better way. They're helping homeowners tap into their equity to pay off high-interest debt with mortgage rates currently in the 5s. On average, American Financing is saving their customers $800 a month, nearly $10,000 a year back in your pocket. It's not just a loan, it's a total financial reset. It takes just 10 minutes to find out what you could save. No upfront fees and no obligation to talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant. Here's the kicker. Start today and you could even delay 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, America's home for home loans. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.327% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
They'll tell you marketing is complicated, that you need a dozen platforms, 100 dashboards, and a prayer. Forget that. Your customers are right here, listening to this station. Heck, you are right now. Tonight, they're streaming Denver's biggest games. Tomorrow, they're locked into the most talked about podcasts on the planet. We put you in all of it. Radio, streaming, TV, audio, one team, clear data, real results. We've been growing businesses like yours for years. Visit DenverSports.com and click the Advertise with Us button. That's DenverSports.com. Let's get to work.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here, and I've learned to grind through injuries and keep moving forward. But now that grind is becoming a breakdown. If you're ignoring joint pain, you're just waiting for a surgery you don't want. At Regenerex, they use your body's own biology, like stem cells, PRP, shockwave therapy, to repair the damage and get you back in the game. They focus on regenerating the joints, not just masking the symptoms. So you need to give my guys over at Regenerex a call today and schedule a free consultation. The number is 303-630-9770 or visit regenerex.co.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is slot. S-L-O-T. Text SLOT to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's SLOT to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
It's do or die tonight for the Denver Nuggets.
Damn.
What does our game day gut say? And what is the latest injury news coming out of Minnesota? And there is a new piece of news. How about this? Kyle Anderson, a.k.a. Slow-Mo, who comes off the bench and is a long-standing NBA veteran, is now questionable with an illness.
So the injuries and just people missing, it just keeps stacking up on the Minnesota Timberwolves at the wrong time. Maybe this is a sign for the Nuggets. It's like, hey, handle business, right? Like all the opportunities are there. Two of their best players are out. Have been out for a couple games now. You have a bunch of players that are on the injury report, and now there's another guy that may not play because of an illness. I wonder if the Denver Nuggets are slipping things in their drinks.
Well, you know what? Or it's, the bully's waiting for you at school, and, my stomach's bothering me. Now,
true.
That's not quite fair, because if anyone's been the bully in this series, it's been Minnesota, just to keep it real.
Yeah, but the biggest bully is out now, right? The biggest bully, Ant-Man, was the leader. He's not there, so now there has to be a new bully in the school, and it could be the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah. You know who the leading scorer has been for the series for them?
Let me think here. I want to say Io. I want to say that, and it's the same guy that you warned everybody about before the series even started.
Yeah, you said, who's the X factor for Minnesota? This is before game one. And I said, Io DeSomo. And he is averaging 22 points a game. Obviously, that's buoyed by the 43 points he scored in game 3. Was it 4? Game 4. The second leading scorer in the series, Julius Randle, not Anthony Edwards. Edwards struggled. We talked about this a couple days ago. Although he is like the lifeblood of their team, he was not the best version of himself here in this series. So we'll see what we're in store for tonight. Do you feel confident? Do you feel nervous? How you feeling here a few hours before the game?
You know what, Z? I don't feel nervous about this game. I feel very confident. I mean, you're sitting there, and the Nuggets are starting to turn the corner. Jokic is looking really, really good. Jamal Murray has been consistent. Now, I know he has struggled shooting the ball, but he's actually been one of the better players, even when Jokic has been struggling. Spencer Jones is another one that seems like he has turned the corner a little bit, and he's starting to gain the confidence. And I'm looking at the Wolves, and it's like they can't score. They don't have the firepower. They got guys that are dinged up, banged up right now as we speak. And then you add another guy to the report because he's sick. I feel confident that the Denver Nuggets are going to go into the Wolves' house and neuter them and find a way to get this to a Game 7.
Man, I feel similar, and I hope I'm not falling into a trap, but because I do believe it's going to take everything tonight. These guys are not just going to roll over and die.
No.
It's going to be a battle. There's no question about it. But that being said, how do you not trust Jokic and Murray in a win-or-go-home game? I just do. I just do. On more of the injury front news, yes, Kyle Anderson questionable tonight with an illness, but more importantly, Io DeSomo questionable with right calf soreness. Man, oh man. This is a monster deal here because you're already missing so much offense, all right, in terms of Anthony Edwards, who just in the series, 18, 19 points a game. Dante DiVincenzo, 10, 11 points a game. So that's a bunch of production right there. If Io can't go or tries to go and is not the best version of himself, and it deserves to be noted here, Io's in a contract year, guys. Io's an unrestricted free agent beyond this year. This is why, Chicago deals him. They weren't going to re-sign him, so he's a bit of a rental for Minnesota. If he can't go, and he's got right calf soreness, and calf soreness often leads to Achilles tears.
You know that.
Ask Tyrese Halliburton. Ask Jason Tatum. Ask Damian Lillard. Ask
DiVincenzo.
Dante DiVincenzo, your own teammate who you just saw in front of you this week. That is really, really interesting. And then Bones Highland, Phil, dealing with left knee soreness. Both of those guys, Io and Bones, both questionable this evening. If either one of those guys can't go, man, that is a massive blow for a Minnesota team that will be searching for offense.
Yeah, in Minnesota, like the thought process is, and my guessing is, and we talked about it yesterday, you got to play great defense against the Nuggets. You know the Nuggets want to score a bunch of points. You have to try to stop that, slow them down. Double-digit points is what the Minnesota Timberwolves should be thinking. Do not let the Denver Nuggets get to 115, 118 points, because if they get to 118 points, they are winning this game. So now that you have these guys like Io and Bones Highland that are dealing with injuries, and although they're going to probably still play, they may not be the best versions of themselves. You got to take it to them if you're Denver. This is the time. Right? They're sitting there. They're injured. They're wounded. You got to step on their throat, finish them off, get it to a Game 7, bring it back home where the fans are going to be going crazy for you, and then find a way to get out this series and get ready for the next one.
Dante, behind the glass, you got something on this?
Yeah, you guys are talking about how important Io and Bones Highland are to this team, and Jokic mentioned it after the last game, that Ant was the guy that really creates that advantage offensively where it makes the Nuggets defense shift. I think Io and Bones are the next guys up in terms of their quickness and getting downhill and making this defense shift. If neither of those guys can go and you're missing Ant, I don't know who's beating the Nuggets one-on-one defensively to make that defense have to squirm a little bit.
No, I think you're spot on, D. I really do. I mean, this is – and you say if those guys can't go, just take one guy out of the equation. And you pick. I don't care. I'd rather take Io out, quite frankly.
Let's take Io out.
But even if Bones can't go, like on any given night, Bones Highland, look, the guy plays 15 minutes a night. You're going to have to replace those minutes if he can't go. And we've seen Bones against – Denver this season take over. There was that one game here in the back half of the year where he scored 15 points in the first half and just kind of owned the half. And his spirit, like, for all you say about Bones, like, he's always up for the challenge. He's always out to prove people wrong. He hits shots. He's going to be talking like he represents like a spark plug. He's a firecracker.
He's kind of like our Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson's a spark plug too. Now I think Bones Highland is more sporadic. Like, he's very sporadic, and P-Watt is more, fine-tuned, put together. But you need that spark plug coming off, let's say, the bench, a guy that brings the energy. That's Bones Highland for you as well, and he's going to have to step up if the Wolves are going to win.
I'm going to give you baby pushback, but then come back and meet you where you are.
All right, do it.
Peyton Watson is in a different category of player than Bones, but that being said, go look at Bones Highland's production in the last 2 months of the season. He was averaging close to 15 points per game. And right now in the series, he's averaging 8 points per game. But in the most recent game, we saw on Monday night, Bones Highland pour in 15 points. And so if he does that tonight, if he plays, and we're talking about Bones, he's got left knee soreness, he's questionable. Io DeSomo, he's got right calf soreness, he's questionable. But if Bones plays tonight and produces 15 points off the bench the same way that he did Monday night in his 23 minutes, like, that's the type of stuff that will keep Minnesota around. And that's all they're going to want to do is just hang around, make this a fourth quarter rock fight, and we'll see. We may get updates on these guys while we're on the air.
And still no update with AG, right?
Still no update with Aaron Gordon.
And that's a big one. Does AG play tonight? Does he not play? Z, you said don't play him. Like, it's about looking through the future and getting ready for maybe the Spurs. I'm saying, hey, if you're healthy, play, because your back's against the wall.
But do you think he's healthy?
No, he's not healthy. He's not going to be healthy the rest of the series and moving forward, Z. He's not going to be healthy in round 2 and round 3. It's a soft tissue injury, and that's not going anywhere. And he's already dealt with this multiple times. He's going to have to find a way to fight through this, or he's going to have to just sit there because it's a soft tissue injury.
Yeah. All right. If you want to react to that at all, you can on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. There is someone in Denver sports who is requiring your attention. We'll get to that next.
Denver, a playoff city where the stakes are higher and the moments are bigger. As the Avalanche hit the ice and the Nuggets hit the court. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is your home for complete playoff coverage. Every game, every series, every critical call. Broken down by the voices you trust. We don't just follow the playoffs. We live them, so you never miss a thing. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, Denver's playoff headquarters.
When the dollar's convertibility into gold ended in 1971, gold was fixed at $35 an ounce. Fast forward to today, and the U.S. dollar has lost over 85% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold has increased in value by over 12,000%. Central banks are buying gold at record levels. Major firms are holding significant positions in gold, and I choose to buy gold from Birch Gold Group. Stan Bongino, and it all starts with education. Birch Gold just announced their Learn and Earn Precious Metals event. This free online event rewards you for learning the basics of investing in precious metals. Sign up to get free silver on your next purchase if you qualify. And you can get even larger incentives as you go. The more you learn, the more you can earn. But act now. This special event only runs through April 30th. So text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to join Birch Gold's Learn and Earn Precious Metals event by April 30th. Text Dan to 989898 today. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. In a world where dealerships come and go, one name has stood the test of time. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet, proudly serving Colorado since 1987 as the longest owned Chevy dealer in the state. From a huge selection of new Chevys to quality pre-owned vehicles, plus a team committed to treating you right, it's no wonder generations of Colorado drivers keep coming back. To see all the specials, visit BozarthAuto.com today. Again, that's BozarthAuto.com. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet. Experience you trust, service you deserve since 1987.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-917-5151. 800-917-5151. 800-917-5151.
AutoNation knows that the joy of having a car is in the going. Off we go! And we make it easy for you to go. Now get a special cash bonus match on your favorite new vehicles. Your $1,000 down becomes $2,000. $2,000 becomes $4,000. Plus thousands of fuel-efficient vehicles are at AutoNation. $1,000 becomes $2,000. $2,000 becomes $4,000. So go to AutoNation now. Hurry! Offer ends April 30th. Store matches up to $2,000 based on customers' contributions. See store for complete details. Expires end of month.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more. Getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
This message is a warning. It has to do with bad guys trying to steal your money. This is Glenn Jameron, chairman of Alpine Bank.
member FDIC. Recently, fraud con artists are sending out texts and emails to unsuspecting bank customers. They say something's wrong with your account. They ask you to click on a link and provide your login and password. Or they call you on the phone. They pretend to be your banker. And once again, ask for your account login and password. Hear me loud and clear. Don't do it. Banks will not contact you asking for your password or other personal information. If you have questions, call Alpine Bank. We'll help. Protecting you is our commitment. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, as we roll along here, bottom half of hour number 3, and just for to pass along some news here, it's just been announced that if the Denver Nuggets win tonight, Game 7 will be on Saturday early evening here locally, 5:30 Mountain Time.
5:30. Now, ZB, you go to all the home games. You like that?
Yeah.
You like that
I
one?
love that.
That's going to be the fans are going to be going crazy, have a little bit of, you know what, in their system.
Sure.
Game 7.
Oh, my God. That place is
huge.
Oh, dude. Well, as crazy as tonight is going to be in Minnesota, that's going to be the vibe in Denver, should they win. And, yeah, like those 8:30, 8:40 starts, I mean, you're not getting home till 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, and it just obviously I do it. I want to do it. I want to be there. It's a short period of time, but it's taxing.
It is.
You know, as the games keep going on, especially if the rounds keep going on.
I can't even imagine you because I'm on the couch tired. I'm on the couch dragging, man. I can't even imagine what you're doing driving down the road at 1 o'clock.
It just is what it is. And then the other piece of this news is that, okay, so if the Denver Nuggets win tonight, Game 7, Saturday at 5:30, should they win that, Game 1 of the second round would be on Monday evening. So it would be a really quick turnaround for Denver. And like just I'm going to put the cart way ahead of the horse here.
Mm-hmm. Knock on wood.
That's got blowout written all over it. Should Denver advance out of this round, win tonight, turn around, play 48 hours later.
You talking about blowout in Game 1?
Game 1
Okay.
of the second round. So, again, just to game theory this out, and again, I'm admittedly putting the cart way ahead of the horse.
But Jokic said before that he likes the turnaround games. Like, he just wants to play and play and play, right? He's the Energizer Bunny.
Yes.
Like, you just don't think, you just do.
Yes, and there's something to be said for that. And maybe you can go in and stun him with that rhythm. But traditionally and historically, when you go 7 games and it takes everything, especially when you're doing it in comeback fashion, if you're able to tie the series tonight and all the emotion and energy that's going to take, turn around and defend home court again and win 3 games in a row in Denver, and then get right on a plane and go to San Antonio, a younger, more athletic team that's had their feet up waiting for you to finish your series, historically that does not bode well for the road team. But if the Nuggets are lucky enough to be in that position, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, that's Game 6 right here, which feels like a Game 7. It feels like it's do or die. It is for the Denver Nuggets, but for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it feels that way too because Minnesota knows that, hey, if this goes to a Game 7 and we don't beat them on our home court, we're losing this series. We don't have enough firepower to go back to Denver and win it on the road.
All right, we'll see what we're in store for here this evening. Man, win or go home. Here we go. All right, so I said going into the last break that someone in Denver sports is sort of demanding your attention. And I know the following conversation is not going to be for every Denver sports fan. But guys, the season for the Rockies continues down the road, and they continue to be competent and competitive. So when we woke up this morning, the Rockies had on the table it was achievable, one of the great road swings in Rockies history. Now they lose today in a competitive game. They lose by a pair of runs.
But you're saying competitive.
No doubt.
They're not getting blown out.
No doubt. They had a lead early in the game, and we can talk about that here in just a second. But a 4-2 road trip, guys, away from Coors Field against a team that had the number one payroll in all of the sport in the New York Mets. They got swept by these Rockies. The Mets fans were losing their minds, yelling stuff. You could hear it in the second half of the game, just like chirping the team, their own team.
Wasn't your father-in-law cussing you out?
He wasn't
losing his mind.
He wasn't cussing me out. I spoke to him today. He and my mother-in-law got in town late last night.
And they're Mets fans.
They're huge Mets fans. I've shared it before, but when my wife was born, her maiden name was Ashley Robinson. They named her middle name Shea after Shea Stadium. Like, that's how passionate of a Mets fan you're talking about here. And he was just dejected that it happened. Like, I couldn't believe it. And which, by the way, super small story. They're leaving Baltimore last night. Tell me if you ever heard of this. The plane is trying to push out, and they can hear the engine revving.
Oh, no.
They're like, but the plane's not moving. And he said he heard it 4 or 5 times. They have to call personnel out there, and they're like surrounded by all these little trucks and whatnot. They couldn't figure it out. They thought the parking brake was locked. They start to tow the plane. So they were supposed to get in at 8:30 last night. They got in at like 1 o'clock in the morning. They were towing the plane with everyone on the plane. And you know what they said the problem was? Tell me you guys ever heard this. Dante, you got a guess?
The pilot left it in neutral.
No. Good guess, though. Good guess, though. One of the wheels was in a enlarged pothole.
So that was
and the pilot stuck in the mud, basically.
Yes,
they need a little tow.
The pilot wasn't used to putting that much force because he didn't realize one of his wheels was in a pothole. So they started to tow the plane with everyone still on it, and they had to come on. The pilot goes, "I've been flying for 30 years. This has never happened."
It's like, yeah, sure, buddy. Sure, 30 years. It sounds like you just got your pilot's license right now.
Well, I don't know.
Get me off the plane.
I don't know.
Sounds like Baltimore needs to fix their runways.
Yes. That's very Baltimore. Very Baltimore. It's the wire of airports in Baltimore. Anyway, the hell was I talking about? Oh, so the Rockies go on the road. They sweep the Mets. And then yesterday, they didn't just beat one of the hottest teams in baseball, the Cincinnati Reds, who were 10-3 in their last 13 games coming into the series. The Rockies beat the brakes off them, Phil. They won 13-2, and they had 15 hits. That's already the 4th time this season that the Rockies had a game where they had 15 hits.
I mean, it just shows you, and I know the Rockies have a lot of work to do. All right, and at times the Rockies' offense is very inconsistent, but when they're on, they're on. They're aggressive. They're finding ways to bring in runs. All right, they're fun to watch. They're just inconsistent when it comes to that. But I will also say on the other side, the rotation, the pitching has been really consistent, and it's a good sign to see. So it's like, hey, if the pitching could stay consistent like it has been, and the offense could come around, I mean, they're going to start winning more games and stacking series, and we're going to be sitting here talking about them a lot more than even now. And that's what it's all about, competing, having fun, making sure that the Rockies stay competent, they stay relevant. And Z, I was doing, you were doing the rundown, I was doing my notes, and I'm like, wow. But this is before the Rockies got beat today. I'm like, the Rockies are 14-17.
Yeah.
Like, that means that if they can, at that time I was like, if they can put together 3 more wins, they can go 500 again. Like, that's how I'm thinking.
Sure.
I know it may be a losing mentality, but it's like one step at a time.
Dude, if you're analyzing what we're watching through the lens of realistic expectations, and you're coming off a season where you're the worst team in modern baseball history with the worst ERA since ERA has been ERA, and you have the worst run differential in the entire league times 2. They outscored 424 runs last year. The next worst was 212. And so through that lens, not only are they overachieving, they're actually, quite literally, the most overachieving team in Major League Baseball right now by a win total coming into the season and the current win total that you can still place wagers on.
Look at that. Our Colorado Rockies. I'll take it. I'll take it.
It's crazy, man. Last year, they didn't win their 14th game until June 15th when they brought their record to 14-57. So yeah, it's just
14-57.
Yeah, that's what it was last year in the middle of June, and here they're at 14-18 and getting their 14th win before the month of May ever starts.
57. That would be your record if you played me one-on-one in basketball.
Stop it. Stop it. Like tackling in the open field, maybe. But stop. All right. The Athletic named one post draft need for every team in the NFL. What was it for the Denver Broncos? Also, what is David Adelman saying ahead of tip-off? And what is the top 3 keys to a Denver Nuggets victory this evening? We'll get to all of that as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
With Bo Nix having to get more work done on his injured ankle, could that spell future problems for the Broncos QB?
No one is going to want to hear what I have to say, but this will not be the last time. I'm just telling you.
With the ankle?
With an ankle issue with Bo Nix. I'm telling you on Wednesday, April 29th. It's not because it brings me joy or glee. It's not because I want to, but based on the evidence that I have. I hope I'm wrong, but I said I was really concerned about this after it happened and derailed the trip to the Super Bowl, and he's got another surgery on the ankle before he plays a down after that latest ankle injury.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. If you're looking for the ultimate place to post up for a big game, make it the Basketball Social House Bar and Grill in Centennial. It's your headquarters for every upset, every buzzer beater, every goal, every home run. All the sports are on at the Basketball Social House Bar and Grill. Guys, the place is unreal. Award-winning food and drinks, including a brunch you have to try. And it's not just another sports bar. It's the first of its kind sports bar and entertainment experience. Literally the only one like it in the world, and it's right here in Centennial. And listen, you don't have to be a hooper to love it. The vibe, the energy, the menu, it's all next level. But if you do want to play, you can book your own private basketball suite with a court, lounge seating, music, TVs, the whole deal. It's perfect for watch parties, team hangouts, or just leveling up your night. And guys, they've got the best happy hour in Colorado every day, 7 p.m. till close. You can find them at 7450 South University Boulevard in Centennial, or check them out online at thebasketballsocialhouse.com. And because you heard it from me, use code HALFOFFHOOPS for half off your first-time private basketball suite rental. Trust me, guys, this place is a slam dunk.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on the Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Cecil Lammy here for Window Nation. Spring is a great time to open your windows and wait a second, what? Windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting? Again? Getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with zero interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Go back to the days when gardening was all about the soil.
Your granddad would be proud. Hi, I'm Roxy Vendina, owner of Permagreen Organics. Colorado gardeners in the 40s through the 60s knew how to condition their soil with real organic matter long before the green movement ever came about. They didn't use chemicals with names they couldn't even pronounce. They mixed Permagreen plant food, a compost made by my dad, into their soil and enjoyed their beautiful lawns, flowers, and tasty vegetables. We still produce our own compost basically the same way my grandfather Angelo did on his farm right here in Arvada. Give it a try. Blend our dark, rich compost with your soil according to the directions on the bag, and you'll have a great growing medium for anything you want to grow. Flowers, herbs, vegetables, lawns. We have a natural product for all your projects. Don't be fooled by all the nationally advertised brands. Trust your old local friend, Permagreen Organics. Chances are your granddad did over 65 years ago. Learn more at permagreenorganics.com.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
One Wheel Broncos talk. Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
So the Athletic named one post-draft need for every team in the NFL. What was it for the Denver Broncos?
What do the Denver Broncos need? They have everything. They have everything. They got the players, the ownership, the coach, general manager. They got the fan base. What more do we need?
Well, it's a good question because we did the exercises before the draft. What's the most grooved positional pathway for a Broncos rookie to start? And there's really not anything.
No.
And, you know, anything could happen at sports, so someone could overtake someone else, I suppose. But nothing surface level. So what did the Athletics say about the Broncos? Well, when it came to the Chiefs, their biggest post-draft need is still wide receiver. That was the same answer for the Raiders. They need another pass catcher.
Boy, do they.
The Chargers, the Athletics said, they still need more protection for Justin Herbert. Probably true as well.
That's really true. I mean, Justin Herbert was running for his life in the playoffs, and we know that you brought it up earlier, Z. Both the tackles were out. Justin Herbert was banged up with the hand. He had surgery on it, but my man was running.
Well, when it came to the Denver Broncos, the biggest post-draft need is a healthy Bo Nix.
Ooh.
It was one of the only different angles that they took for every NFL team. They kind of assigned more personnel.
Yes.
And for the Broncos, it's a healthy Bo Nix.
Interesting approach, by the way.
Very.
Right? Every position, but we're talking about a player. We're talking about a name. Mr. Bo Nix himself, the franchise quarterback for the Denver Broncos.
Is that the right answer?
Honestly, Z, sometimes the simple things are right in front of our face, and as human beings, we make things harder than it has to be.
Sure.
Yes. The answer is Bo Nix. And if you didn't watch the AFC Championship game and say to yourself, if we have Bo, we win it, then you're crazy. Because if you have Bo Nix, who has been there all year long, who has helped the Denver Broncos win 14 games, and a lot of them in comeback fashion, that's because of Bo Nix too, not just because of the defense. It's the belief in Bo.
Sure.
We were Bo leaving. Look at there. So, of course, Z, you need Bo Nix if you're going to win a championship. You need Bo Nix if you're going to have success this year. And Bo Nix, all right, has played in the NFL for 2 years, and for 2 years has dealt with some type of injury that made him go under the knife, where he had to have surgery after the season was done or before the season was done.
Yeah, and look, my overall position hasn't moved since yesterday. I mean, I'm really concerned about all this. I am. And Phil, I will tell you, man, I am surprised looking at social media and seeing some of the comments, even on the RamosLaw.com text line, that they just are buying what the Denver Broncos are selling, that this was planned. Like, there are people that just believe that this was all part of a larger plan. This was always going to happen like this. This is scheduled. Not a scheduled recheck, but a scheduled surgery. And I marvel at people ignoring the evidence right in front of their face. And I'm not saying the Broncos are doing anything wrong by spinning this thing. They have a job to do.
That's their job.
Yep, and no problem. But I have an actively working brain, ears and eyes at work. And so, and I see this a lot in the political realm, either side. You have a bunch of evidence right in front of your face, but because your favorite politician, who you almost pledge allegiance to, because what they say is like, you go with that instead of what's right in front of your face. And when I hear Greg Penner, George Payton, and Sean Payton in damn near unison over a 48-hour period say that Bo Nix will be ready to go for the start of OTAs.
And we all believed them.
Yes, for sure. We didn't know this was in the works. And then now the reporting is he may miss the entire offseason. And you have people saying that there's nothing to see here. This was always going to happen. It's like,
this was not always going to happen.
No.
This was a setback. The only reason you go back under the knife is because something is not right. Unless you have to take some pins out. That's the only time that they're saying, hey, look, you got to go back in. You have to take the pins out. And if that was the case, Z, they would have told us that already, that Bo was going to have another surgery to take the pins out. This isn't the case. It was a cleanup job yet again. That means smoothing out the bones, taking out bone fragment. Something was irritating Bo Nix's ankle, and they needed to get it done before actual camp started. So now that he went under the knife again, Bo Nix that is, now he's going to have this setback, and now he is not going to be ready for OTAs. He is not going to be with his team at the beginning of OTA camp or conditioning and stuff like that, like the build-up before OTAs start. He's going to be dealing with rehabbing his ankle yet again. Going back to square one, starting at the beginning of it, where they're going to be cautious with him. He's going to be icing and stimming and then doing like small exercises, and then they'll build up to that. And then at some point when it's strong enough, he'll start to run again. So it's a whole process that Bo Nix is going to have to do again.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. And just to repeat myself from yesterday, no one did anything wrong here. This was not supposed to happen.
No.
Bo Nix does not want to be dealing with this again. But I just, again, and I know I'm a bit in the minority with how far on my side of the spectrum that I am concerned about this.
You're in your own island over there.
That's okay.
Zacho Island.
That's okay. That's okay. But I am surprised as well that there are so many people in Broncos country who don't want to hear any bad news, any ill forecast, or there's just it
Nothing
can't,
to see here.
It can't be a big picture problem because it's Bo Nix. And I understand that. We all love Bo Nix. This is why it's a big deal, because he's a big deal. So therefore, in my humble opinion, I think this is a big deal. And so when you go under the knife 5 different times on the same body parts, your ankles, I'm alarmed. I am. I'm concerned. This was Mike Kliss, who joined us early in the day and was hanging out with Cecil and Dover and talking about the concern here behind the scenes with Bo Nix.
I think something where there's concern. And the reason why is the Broncos went out there during the NFL owners meetings, and it was a universal message between Sean Payton, George Payton, Greg Penner even, saying that he would be ready for OTAs, full go by the start of the offseason. In fact, I put out there that it was the start of OTAs he'd be full go, and they clarified to say, no, it's the start of the offseason program, which is Monday. And so obviously he's not doing that. That was just a month ago. And he's not doing that because he had this follow-up surgery a week ago. And I think it was last Monday was when he had it. So he's going to be limited. He might get out there for a couple reps in OTAs, but he's not going to be full go. And so that is a concern. Now, if he heals right, if there's no more setbacks, no more discomfort, then he should be ready for the start of training camp, and it'll be much ado about nothing if he's out there for the opening day and, the season opener and plays in all 17 games. But, the fact that this wasn't his first ankle surgery, he's had multiple ankle surgeries. You just wonder about the long-term structure that he has down there, because Bo Nix needs his feet, especially late in games. That's when that's why I think he's so effective. He uses his feet and scrambles, gets that first down here and there, and then mixes in his passes. I think that's why he's been kind of Captain Clutch here the last couple of years.
So there's a lot there, but yeah. Mike essentially agrees with us. Like, they had to correct Mike. Mike was talking about the start of OTAs. They said, no, Mike, new league year. New league year starts in 96 hours from now.
The rookies come in May 8th. May 8th, right? That's around the corner.
Yeah. And so, again, I know there's a sentiment of, and I'll just read one text. I'll just hand pluck here from the 6469. Put your name on it. Give you a shout out. Appreciate you listening. Okay. Appreciate you chiming in. Zach Chicken Little Bye, always making mountains out of molehills.
Damn.
What I would tell you, you want to call me Chicken Little, that's fine. But am I making a mountain out of a molehill when Bo Nix's third ankle injury just derailed a trip to the Super Bowl? So, do you believe, that texter, do you believe that if Bo Nix was healthy, the Broncos would have gone to a Super Bowl? If the answer is yes, we agree. And a third injury to the same body part in one way, shape, or form just derailed a Super Bowl trip. So is it really a molehill? Or did what happened at the end of this football season for a third time in his football life, was that actually impactful? Was that actually a big deal? I would say it was a big deal.
It's a huge deal, Z. It's a huge deal. Man, the ultimate goal is winning a Super Bowl, getting there. And we were so damn close.
So close.
To just seeing what it was. We were so close to being in California, you and I. I'm a little selfish here, so I'm still mad about it. And because Bo gets hurt, which is not his fault, we don't go to a Super Bowl. The fan base doesn't get to see what that feels like and looks like with this version of the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix being the quarterback, because Bo was not available in the run game, of course, with JK being hurt.
Sure.
And so when that comes around again and Bo is still dealing with the ankle that stopped him from playing in the AFC Championship game, we are going to be concerned.
Yes.
And now he's not going to be ready for the offseason workouts, and he may not do some OTA, and if he does, it's limited. All right, you're hoping that he's truly ready to go during camp. And if he's not, then what? Now what? Now we're going to be very concerned because it's here. You need to build chemistry with Jalen Waddle, your new receiver. You need to build chemistry with Davis Webb, the new offensive play caller. This is time for Bo to knock the rust off and truly just get into his bag so that they're ready to go and start fast at the beginning of the year. But you can't do that if you're not healthy.
I want to put the finishing touches on this conversation here in just a second. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach Bye and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive, powered by Regen RX.
Woo!
Rolling downhill. Go ahead, Phil.
No, I was going to say, maybe that's what Bo needs. Some Regen RX, right? Some stem cell therapy, some shockwave therapy to wake the blood flow back up. Like something to keep our man healthy for a full season. I know somebody out there saying, well, he's only missed one game. But it was the biggest game of his life that he missed. And if he's a part of it, we're in the damn Super Bowl.
Yep, and we're going to shift gears here to Nuggets in just a second. But I'm seeing here, I'll just read another text. Josh in Florida, appreciate you listening from the Sunshine State, even though we get more sunshine here than Miami. Appreciate you, Josh. You're so dramatic, Zach. Unless he isn't ready for training camp, I'm not worried. I just want to address this because I've seen a lot of this. It's a big picture concern for me, not whether he'll be ready for August camp. Not whether he's good to go for the first day of training camp in late July. This is a bigger picture concern, a bigger picture long-term concern. And it's funny, man, because if I told this fan base that a quarterback in another division had 3 different ankle surgeries and the most recent one just derailed the trip to the Super Bowl, how many in Broncos country would be like, well, just wait till those ankles give out?
Exactly.
Because guess who called me this morning?
Who called you?
The fan in Kansas City.
Ooh, okay.
They're following the story. And they're like, did you see the picture of Bo Nix's lower leg?
Yeah. It's like, it's a weird shape.
It is a weird shape.
But
It looks like it's like bowed out a little bit.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you have those surgeries and stuff like that. Like, I'll show you my wrist right now, Z. Like, it doesn't look like a wrist, right? It's just all because you get the scar tissue built up. So you have multiple surgeries, the scar tissue builds up. Bo Nix has multiple surgeries, the scar tissue is going to build up, so it's going to look different.
No doubt. And so these guys are like, look at this picture of Bo Nix's leg. Like, that does not look normal. And a part of it is swelling after a surgery and scar. Yeah. But like, again, if this was happening to the Raiders quarterback, if Fernando Mendoza's second year, they're close to a Super Bowl, and he breaks his ankle, and we find out it's for a third time, and he's got to get a secondary surgery after that happened before he played another down of football, how many people in Broncos country would be talking about that guy's damaged goods? Now,
everybody would.
Now, I'm not sitting here saying Bo Nix is damaged goods, but I'm saying I'm concerned. And I'm talking to the people who are so overtly dismissive, and it's impossible that anything could be big picture wrong here going forward. And my concerns aren't about OTAs or training camp. It's about a $300 million decision the Broncos have to make in less than a year. And the assumption in my head that this guy's going to be a 10-year quarterback. Yeah. We hope that's the case. But like real doubt is creeping in here because of this history. And that's all. And again, like once we get into this stuff, like, you know, I didn't like the Adelman hire, right? Yeah. I talked about it before the hiring.
You didn't say it again during the season.
During the season, like, I'm not going to sit here and come on 5 days a week and bash Adelman. That's just not my MO. But for right here, right now, I have to voice my concern. And I'll repeat myself from yesterday. If you are on the other side of this and there's nothing to see here, and even if you're to the degree that this was all planned and this is all scheduled and you believe the talking points of the Broncos,
come on.
If something goes down again with those ankles, and pick one, like, you cannot say you didn't see this coming. You can't say that.
And you know the issue is, that's one of Bo Nix's superpowers. That's why he is so good, because he's able to move. He's fast. He's able to move the chains with his feet. If Bo Nix has to stay stagnant as of right now in his career, he is not going to do well because he's still developing as a quarterback. All right, that's something that Drew Brees at one point was using his legs a lot. And then as he got used to just playing the quarterback position at that high level and he became Drew Brees, he didn't have to rely on his feet and athletic ability as much. But right now for Bo, he still has to rely on the athletic ability to get past certain things or to win some of these games. Well, if he's dealing with ankle problems, we're going to be holding our breath every time Bo Nix takes off to run the damn football.
Yep. So, okay. And again, I know we talked about this yesterday, but the play that he got hurt on, man, it looked like just the most innocuous play that you'll get in the NFL. And there was a fracture, and he knew it. He knew it right away.
Yep.
Because he's been through this a handful of times. So, all right. I'll be quiet about it. I got it.
Zip the lips. Isn't that what they tell the kids? Zip the lips.
I got it. Okay.
Nuggets.
Tonight. Win or go home. Season's on the line. Is this the last game of the Denver Nuggets season? I don't think we think so, but to think that that could not be the case would be naive given the circumstances here.
You know what? I hope that the Denver Nuggets are feeling that and saying, hey, this could be our last game, because at least they can acknowledge it. And usually when you're fearful and you're fearing for your life, and I know this isn't life, this is sports, you're going to go the extra mile. You're going to do the extra thing to make sure that you survive. And so for the Denver Nuggets, they need to feel that way. All right, feel that, hey, look, if we don't produce like we know we can, like we did in Game 5, we are going home. And not just are we going home, they may blow this up. And we're going to have a lot of drama. And David Adelman is stressing out right now. That's why he's so snippety with the media, because he knows they got to get out of this first round. Jokic is looking at himself like, damn, I have been the worst version of myself, and I need to turn things around for my team. All right, Jamal's the same way. Like, I've had a great year, and I'd be damned if we end up losing in the first round. Like, everybody has to have that same mentality that we are not going anywhere. All right, we are better than the Minnesota Timberwolves. We are healthier than the Minnesota Timberwolves, and we got to find a way to win this game on the road.
No doubt about it. And for me, the top priority here, you said a couple minutes ago, you said sometimes we as humans, we make things too difficult. Sometimes it's the most simplest thing is right there in front of you. Nikola Jokic has to be the best player in the world tonight. Full stop.
Simple, right?
He has not been that this series, and I know it does sound simple. Like, all you have to do is be the greatest player in the world. But are we on the same page? Does he still have that title? In my opinion, he does. Now, you lose in the first round with no Ant-Man, I will not be referring to Jokic as the greatest player in the world. But until he shows otherwise, yes, you are. And if that is still true, the Denver Nuggets are not losing this game tonight. He will not let them. I think you're going to see the best version of the Joker. I think it's going to be a massive point and rebound night. I don't know about the assists. I hope we see that. But I think
just score the points, man.
I
the
think
team
it's
that scores the most points are winning this game.
Dude, 37-17 tonight from Joker.
Like, is that the healthiest thing though for the Denver Nuggets to win this game? Because usually we talk about, well, if Jokic scores 50 points, they may not win the game. In this case right here, if Jokic scores 50 points, are they winning that game?
Yes. I just don't think Minnesota's going to be able to generate enough offense. And if, they go as Jokic goes. So when we saw Jokic tight and out of sync earlier in the series, the entire team takes their cues from him. So if he goes out there and plays with force, if he goes out there aggressive, and much like we talked about in Game 5, we're going to know in the first 3 or 4 minutes, I think they'll feed off him. And if he wins that matchup against Gobert in the same way that he did in Game 5, I think the Nuggets are going to win this thing. And now it's not going to be easy. I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think Minnesota's going to throw the kitchen sink at Denver. But if Jokic is the best version of himself, and you get secondary scoring from Jamal Murray, and I think that we're going to get that tonight, I feel good about where this team is at, despite, which is a crazy statement because they're down 3-2, but given just you can't change the past, you're right here, I trust the Nuggets in this spot. And half of the battle on a night like tonight, and this is why I use this silly phrase for years, the accumulation of scars. That is just another way of saying experience. The Nuggets have been in this spot before in a way that Minnesota hasn't. And now you're taking Ant-Man out of the mix. You're going to ask Julius Randle to be the best player on a team that closes out a champion like Denver. Man, you're going to ask Ayo, who's got a sore calf, by the way. We're not exactly sure what's next for him. He's questionable coming into tonight. You're going to ask him to play the role of Jamal Murray in a closeout game.
And he's never done that?
Never done it. Never done it. He's never played for a winning team until he got traded this season. So now you have a game with stakes and pressure and consequence, and this is Game 7 for both teams. If Minnesota's winning this series, they're winning it tonight. And if Denver loses tonight, their season's over. So it's double Game 7s. That's how I'm looking at this one tonight. So, but I trust the experience. I trust the scars.
Yeah, and you said something earlier. You said, hey, like the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to throw the kitchen sink. What does that look like, though? You don't have Ant-Man. You don't have DiVincenzo. You do have Ayo that's questionable. You have a couple other guys that are still on the injury report. Bones Highland, who's going to play, but he had soreness in his knee. So what does that look like for the Minnesota Timberwolves when you're down so many players?
Man, I could see them going to the, hey, we're going to throw a smaller defender at Jokic's legs. We're going to be extra physical. We're going to make them, in a big-time playoff game, call fouls away from the basketball and use Rudy as that sort of backline, rim protector, free safety, style. Maybe we see that. Do they completely sell out on Jokic? We've seen teams, Boston did this earlier in the year, where it's like, hey, everyone has to be within one arm length of Jokic. We're going to make Jamal beat us, and he's going to have to do it one-on-one against Jaden McDaniels, and we'll dare everyone else to make shots in our building with a chance to stay alive. I could see something like that.
I think that they're going to go that route. I would. I know I would. Like, look, I am not going to let Jokic be the reason why we lose this series. All right, because Jokic is right now, like you said, the greatest player to play the game. We are taking him out of it. Jamal Murray, if you are this superstar that you have been all year long, prove it. Christian Brown, if you think that you're ready to take on more of a workload, prove it. Cam Johnson, you had a good game 5. Can you have a good game 6 on the road? Prove it. Like, I am taking it out of Jokic's hands. He is not scoring 27 points on me. We are going to be aggressive. We are going to be physical, and that's just the way it goes. And for Jaden McDaniels, hey, man, time to lock up. Hopefully the referees, and I'm thinking like the Minnesota Timberwolves coach, hopefully the referees swallow their whistle if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves, so you can be as uber aggressive as you can, and you just go at it that way, man. Defense is the only way that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to win this game.
Well, here's what I'll say to that, and that possibility.
Oh, look, we're playing chess, not checkers. What do you got for me?
Well, here's the thing. Like, you just brought up the officials.
Yeah.
If this crew tonight says we're just going to let them play, that favors the less skilled team, and that's Minnesota. But here's what I'll say to that. Denver talked about all year, we know when we get into the playoffs, we're going to play better defense. Dude, I think I know what we're going to get defensively from Minnesota tonight. It's going to be an all-out, maximum life on the line, 10 out of 10 effort. And they're just a better defense than Denver.
Yeah.
But if there was ever a night to dig in defensively from the Nuggets' perspective, it's right here, right now. I do not think the approach should be, they're down some scores, we're just going to outscore them because they can't keep up. That cannot be the approach. It has to be the approach of the Colorado Avalanche. That it was matchup specific against the Kings.
I like this.
And they're like, you want to know what? We know we're not going to win 5-1 every single night. Bednar talked about this yesterday after practice. He's like, the expectation was to grind these wins out. And we trust our defense to the degree that we'll play that style too. Because Denver is just better equipped offensively, you're going to get good shots. And that's half the battle. That's going to be half the battle. Like tonight for Minnesota, that's going to be half their battle to get good looks. I think I know Denver's going to get awesome looks. I don't know what I'm going to get defensively. So you have got to whatever degree you can, get in the trenches with them and sell out maximum level of defense.
But then Z, who is that for the Denver Nuggets? Who's setting that tone? If AG doesn't play and you're thinking AG may not play tonight unless we got any word that he is, who is going to set that tone? AG is our best on-ball defender. All right, you have Brucey B, but he's coming off the bench. So who is going to set the tone defensively to where it's like, hey, look, we're going to play great defense tonight, and we're going to match what the Minnesota Timberwolves are doing, their intensity when it comes to the defensive side of the court.
Yeah, well, I would say I'm not expecting AG to play. I'll be very surprised if he does. It'll be a shot of life for the night. I just don't think it's best for the team beyond this round. And if you can't win 2 games against the Timberwolves without Anthony Edwards and Dante DiVincenzo, then this year was just not meant to be. Because you're not beating San Antonio without AG. You can beat Minnesota without AG. So I would begin with the end in mind. If you plan on advancing out of this round, you're going to need AG for the Spurs. So that's how I personally would do it. I know reasonable minds can disagree on this, though. But if it's not AG going tonight, someone like Spencer Jones, honestly, someone like Jamal Murray, like dig, like whatever's there. Like, you have to figure it out. Jokic should challenge shots at the rim in a way that he's not accustomed to. And I'm not talking about like jumping up and meeting them at the rim. Yeah. I'm just talking about not ducking out of the way and letting them finish. And so it's a bunch of little stuff like that. Jonas Valanciunas coming off the bench. Bruce Brown coming off the bench. Yeah. Whatever you have defensively, dig for it. And then honestly, Cam Johnson is probably the guy who I trust after Spencer Jones the most defensively. as much as the shots go in and don't go in, like he has been such a steadying force on the defensive side of the court as an individual defender and a team defender. Whatever these guys have, man, if you can find a way to play good defense tonight, the offense comes natural for Denver. The looks come natural because of
That's
Jokic.
their style.
But you can't be a nothing burger defensively. So for me, and I've been saying this for the past 2 days, I think this is a low-scoring rock fight. I really do. I think if Denver can get to 110 points, I think they'll win the game.
Oh, man, it's crazy. And you know what's so crazy about what you said there is you went from Spencer Jones straight to Cam Johnson, not CB.
Right.
And for CB,
It's a
like that
problem.
used to be his bread and butter.
Yeah.
Right, where it's like athletic ability, really good on-ball defense if you need him to do that, flying around, transition baskets, and that's just not him. And it sucks because it's a type of a game like today you would think CB thrives in. Physicality, right? Young, high-flying, athletic, and he hasn't been there, man. It's like maybe he shows up today. He needs to show up today to help Jokic out, to help his team out. At some point, you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, why am I here? Like, they're doing all this without me. I want to be a part of this. I want to get in. I want to be in the party. I don't want to be outside the club looking in while everybody else is getting down, boogieing, grabbing themselves a lady while I'm sitting here begging to get into the door. I need to try to find a way to contribute so that we can win, have a Game 7.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't give you too much pushback on the CB stuff. You said high flying. I mean, we haven't seen CB high flying in a while. He's actually, like, just to keep it a buck, like he's actually barely clearing the rim. And I think that he's going to need an offseason to really, really spend time, dedicated time getting that ankle, because it's just it hasn't been the same since he's come back. Some of the lateral quickness has come back, but none of the explosion that we're used to seeing with Christian Brown. Tonight, as it pertains to CB, we've seen CB get open shots in the series, but I think tonight you're going to see a level of sagging off, and we are not worried about you off over there.
Like the Spurs did.
Like the Spurs did. I think you're going to see it to an egregious level tonight, Phil. I really do. I think it's going to be disrespectful the way that tonight they're going to guard Christian Brown. And I'll stick to that. And because if I were Chris Finch, I'd be looking at CB, looking at a guy who I just don't trust. And his attempts haven't been there. These are his attempts through 5 games in the series. Christian Brown from 3. 3, 3, 1, 1, 2. I think there's a scenario tonight that he has to take as many threes tonight as he's taken in the entire series combined. And that is, so 3 plus 3 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So 11 threes, 10, 11 threes?
It would not shock me if he's got to shoot 10 or 11 threes. And if he doesn't, you can't have him in the game because you're a man down. You're on the penalty kill. If they're not guarding him, you're playing at a disadvantage. He's got to take. There's value in just taking the 3, but he's got to make some too. So if it was like if you said, "Hey, I've been to the future. Christian Brown's going to go 3 for 10 tonight," I swear I might even take it. I might even take it.
3 for.
I might even
3
take
of
it.
10?
And obviously, you're looking for 4 of 10 to get to 40.
For sure.
But what you can't have is 1 for 11. Like you can't have 0 for 9. Because if I was Chris Finch, I would be begging him, daring him. I want to see it. I want to see it. And so that's a big responsibility tonight because it's going to be shooting practice. But shooting practice with 19,000 people on your neck, knowing that your season is over if you don't produce, that's a unique kind of pressure.
So, Z, if that's the case, then he has to be the X factor, right?
Sure.
Would he be the X factor? I wouldn't put him as my X factor because I just don't trust CB. I look at CB and I'm like, what have you done for me lately? But absolutely nothing. So why would I trust that?
But if he plays well, doesn't your chances of winning the game just go through the roof?
100%. 100%.
That to me is an X factor.
Well. I mean, and you're right, because the way for you is an X factor and how we do it here is like a guy that you don't think it is an everyday.
Right. Everyday like production. Like
performance.
Like Jamal and Jokic. Like you have to know what you're getting from those guys. Those guys can't be X factors. But everyone else, damn near, yeah, they're an X factor.
Well, I would go with, if it's my X factor, I'm going with Cam Johnson just because he has at least done it in Game 5. Now, I know that he hasn't been as consistent as we want him to be, and even throughout the season, it's kind of been, disjointed, and he has kind of turned it on there at the end. But my X factor has to be Cam Johnson because of what he brings to the table. We know that he can get hot from the 3. We know that he is aggressive enough to attack the rim and finish at the rim. But we also know in Game 5 that he put effort into defense, and he was able to get 3 steals. So right there, that I'm looking at that and saying, if you could put together a performance like you did Game 5, let's say 15 to 18 points. I'm going 18 points. We're winning the game. You need Cam Johnson to be more aggressive like he was in Game 5.
Agreed. You're not going to get any pushback from me on that. And Cam Johnson, what did he do in Game 5 that he wasn't doing before? One, he was getting other guys involved. He had 5 assists, I believe. But he also had 6 rebounds. That's more rebounds than he had in the first 4 games combined. And if there's one place where Minnesota can punish Denver, it's on the glass. And I know this is not going to lead SportsCenter. They're not going to debate it on First Take. But gang rebounding outside of your zone, no extra possessions. Minnesota has killed Denver throughout this series in that department. Man, oh man, like you cannot let that happen. You can't get 2-3 looks. They had the one game where they had 16 offensive rebounds, like just egregious. It cannot happen. All the little stuff has to be buttoned up. It's got to be buttoned up. Here was Jamal Murray yesterday on how they felt like they set the tone differently in Game 5.
It was just on both ends. Screen setting, our box out, just putting 2 guys on Rudy. Rudy's such a good offensive rebounder. So just taking care of him down low, not giving extra possessions, come up with the loose balls. Like I said, just the fundamentals, not turn the ball over when we get a stop. Just simple stuff like that's going to win us the game tonight. So not too many complicated X's and O's, just back to the basics. If we can take care of the basics, we should win the game.
I actually love that response from Jamal. Tonight, it's not about like this calculus layer of basketball. That's not what tonight's about for me. They're missing the spirit and face of their franchise.
Yep.
They're missing one of their best shooters that they have who averages double figures in Dante DiVincenzo. And, of course, I'm talking about Ant-Man formerly. Do all the little stuff. Play as hard as you possibly can, right? Like, that's the bottom of the pyramid on which everything else is predicated on. Intensity. That was your response yesterday.
Yep.
The intensity has to be there. And then it's executing all the little stuff, rebounding, limiting transition, like all that stuff, setting solid screens.
Attention to detail.
Attention to detail. And if you handle that stuff, you should walk out of there. You're a better team than they are. If you handle that stuff, you should be walking out with a win.
You're a better team. You have your leader. Okay, you have your best player, the best player we can still say in the world right now. All right, you're deeper. You're healthier. You got to go out there and finish this off. You got to go out there and know that if you lose, this is it. It's over. Nugget season is over in the first series. That's insane to think, and it's not going to happen tonight.
Well, we're just about 2 hours from tip-off. I want to continue this conversation. I have to read this one RamosLaw.com text, though. Zach, if you like the accumulation of scars, how come you don't like Bo Nix's ankles? That's not right. That is not. To me, that's a texter. That's not right. All right. Hey, give us your X factors on the RamosLaw.com text line. I want to hear from the guys behind the glass as well. We'll continue to preview an all-important Game 6 with the season on the line coming up next.
The Nuggets head back to Minneapolis with everything on the line in Game 6. Denver Stars have been punched, pushed, and challenged at every turn in this series. And now it's about response. Can Nikola Jokic reclaim control and drag the champs back home for a Game 7? Can Jamal Murray find that late series magic again? Or will Minnesota smell blood and close the door behind that ferocious defense? Nuggets, Wolves, Game 6. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Jacob's Law 303 Law 4040. Really proud of this case that we just settled. There was a young man very seriously injured. In fact, I had to go to the hospital and meet with him and his family. And we checked with the insurance companies while I was at the hospital, and they claimed no insurance coverage on either side. And on top of that, he had no medical insurance. So he was going to be facing about $400,000 in medical bills. And I said to the family, I said, I cannot make you any promises, but I know no other lawyer is going to touch this case because the insurance companies say they won't pay. But I want to try. Let me at least try. And I put my team at 303 Law 4040 on it, and they found $75,000 in insurance coverage that the insurance companies did not want to pay. So not only did we get them $75,000, but we also found a way to get them on Medicaid. So the $400,000 in bills was covered by medical insurance as well. We were proud. We fought for them. We'll fight just as hard for you if you ever need us. The number's 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need us. It's 303 Law 4040.
You know, Shayna, when our grandparents opened Williams Jewelers in 1947, they had one guiding philosophy.
It's true. From a simple jewelry repair to that very important diamond engagement ring, we treat every customer like family.
Because you're sharing your life with us. That's the only way we know how to do business. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Shayna Williams. We're generational jewelers, creating heirlooms for the next generation.
Whether you're looking for that perfect diamond engagement ring, fine Swiss watch, or a custom piece, or that once-in-a-lifetime treasure,
we're here to make all your precious moments unforgettable. 3 generations of fine jewelry expertise right here in Colorado.
If you can dream it, it's here at Williams Jewelers of Inglewood.
Because we're not only one of America's largest fine jewelers,
we're Colorado's premier jeweler.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers of Inglewood, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
What's up, cousin?
I want a new phone. Have you seen any good deals?
Everyone has free phones, but when I switched to T-Mobile, I got more value and so much more.
Like streaming included.
And travel benefits.
And the best part? The price of your talk, text, and data is guaranteed for 5 years.
Get more benefits and more value. At T-Mobile, families save and get a 5-year price guarantee. Switch now at T-Mobile.com. Qualifying plan requires price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Have you heard of something called WUI compliance or Wildland Urban Interface? It's a new statewide standard in Colorado. Starting this year, every home will be assigned a fire risk category. Some building departments will begin enforcing WUI rules, so your next siding, decking, roofing, or window project may come with new requirements. Call 5280 Exteriors today, and they'll walk you through the updates, help you stay compliant, and find out what zone you're in. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Bottom half of hour number 4. Hanging out with the fellas.
DG is cashed out, man.
DG's cashed out.
He's cashed out.
Has he been here with us today?
Hell no. His brain is still in. Where were you at? The Bahamas? Where were you at for vacation?
Not quite. I was in San Diego.
Okay. San Diego? That's pretty
nice.
Good
trip?
trip?
Beach time. Oh, it was a great trip.
Love it.
Mine's still in San Diego.
What's that?
Mine's still in San Diego, man.
Are you feeling the effects of it a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Just a little lack of sleep that adds up at some point.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm there with you. Real quick, you guys behind the glass. Tonight, what do you make of the dynamics, and what is your biggest key for you tonight? Win or go home game 6?
I thought we were answering biggest X factor.
You can do a biggest X factor.
To me, biggest X factor is Chris Finch himself. And I think that he's outcoached David Adelman most of the game so far, and you just gave him a game and a game's worth of film to review of how the Nuggets were able to attack this team without Anthony Edwards and without Dante DiVincenzo. So I expect him to have a great game plan going into this game and really be able to maximize the role players in a way that the Nuggets were able to maximize their role players in Game 5.
I like that a lot. Drew, what do you think?
I will give you 2 X factors, one from each team. I think you've already mentioned one, Christian Brown. I think he's a massive X factor for the Nuggets tonight. But the one I think for Minnesota, you keep asking the question, where's the offense going to come from? And it's kind of a maybe surprising candidate, but somebody that may be coming out the bench for it, Terrence Shannon.
Yeah.
I think he's the guy that can provide an offensive spark coming out the bench for Minnesota.
He's a little spark plug. That is a name to keep an eye on. There's no doubt about it. He's not like – now he doesn't play a ton traditionally. I want to say he's playing about 10 minutes a game in this series. But Terrence Shannon, we just saw him in Game 5 score 15 points in 14 minutes off the bench. This was a guy who was a late first-round pick in 2024, very young player, okay, 24, 25 years old, whatever it is. But he's had nights. And by the way, this is how he finished his regular season, okay? This is Terrence Shannon Jr., to be specific. His last 3 games of the season, 33 points against Orlando, 23 points against Houston, and 26 against New Orleans.
So my man can score.
He can score. He can fill it up. Yep. Now, he'll have some nights where he turns it over quite a bit. He's not a perfect player, but, yeah, he's someone like if you're looking for offense tonight, like you might tell him, hey, dude, when you come in there, you fire away. We're not bringing you out. You fire away. Don't worry about the downside. Don't worry about the consequence. We need your offense. And again, he's got to be feeling pretty good because, like I said, in Game 5, now he didn't play in Games 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, he was MIA.
And then in Game 4, he played only 7 minutes and scored 3 points. But then in Game 5, he played 14 minutes and scored 15 points. So that is certainly an X factor to keep your eye on tonight.
And you're not expecting the Minnesota Timberwolves to have 25 turnovers.
No.
I mean, that was absurd last time where you had Minnesota that just seemed like they had the jitters, seemed like everybody was trying to be Ant-Man, trying to be the leading scorer of the team, and they couldn't get anything going, and they were having these turnover galore. And so now it's like, what did the Denver Nuggets do to try to force these turnovers? Brucey Brown, when he's in there, can he force a couple turnovers? Spencer Jones, Cam Johnson, they're going to have to play good defense, force some turnovers on some of these young players.
There's no doubt about it. Here was David Adelman yesterday on what they learned in Game 5 in order to find success against Minnesota in Game 6.
More depth. I thought the guys that came in changed the game for us. And then not to mention, I just thought we played much more comfortable game. Looked more like us. And you take,
from that game, you just want to build off it. Like we said, I thought, like I said, in Game 4, we got beat. We saw some things that were better. Game 5, those things got even better. So you just have to build on stuff as you go through a series. It's not about the elimination game. It's just about us getting better day by day.
All right. Honestly, I'm going to just keep it real. I hated the way he finished that. Did you hear the way he finished that response? He's like, we did good stuff in Game 4, which you lost, right, in a way that was, like, shocking, all right? But you emphasize the positive. We did more of that in Game 5. But this is about a series. It's not about an elimination game. It's about us getting better. With all due respect, it's not about you getting better. It's about you winning an elimination game.
You got to win.
If you don't win, you're eliminated.
He still seems like in his voice like he's a little bit pouty still.
Sure.
So
No,
what is
I
wrong
agree.
with you, dude?
I agree.
Like, what is wrong?
I think that David Adelman, for the first time in his life, is the guy. He's wearing the wins and losses in the most consequential portion of the season, and he's hearing criticism in his direction in a way that he's never experienced ever in his life. You just don't get that heat as an assistant. And when you are getting booed during your home crowd introductions, and people like myself are very critical and questioning why you're here in the first place, returning back to opinions that I had, this time last year, like, he's feeling the heat a little bit. And his almost defense mechanism is to turn it around back on the media in a lot of these cases. Too many of these cases, really. So, but I agree. It is like he's got a chip on his shoulder with the media.
So you're like, dude, you already need to have a chip on your shoulder against the Wolves. All right, you're going to have to deal with the refs. You have to come up with a good game plan, too. Be strategic on what you do. And all of a sudden, you're trying to pick a fight with the media. All we're doing is watching the games and asking you questions about what in the world is going on with certain things during the game.
That's all. And guess what? If you were winning your first-round series, we'd be singing your praises. But your back was against the wall in the first round in a Game 5. So, yeah. Like, there is going to be critiques and criticisms and opinions levied your way. Like, heavy is the head. You have to be above it almost, above the fray, So, and he was asked, why he didn't crush his guys after their performance in that Game 4.
Because I talk to my guys individually and as a team in the locker room. You guys aren't on our team. They hear my message every day. And I have, extreme confidence in this team. There's a reason why these guys won 54 games with all these different lineups. They trust each other. And, yeah, it sucks to play, poorly in the playoffs. But that doesn't mean that they're non-competitive. They're competitive, obviously. But what you saw the other night speaks to that. And that's who they are.
You're shaking your head.
Yeah, my man said, you're not on our team. But damn.
I know.
Like, we're all in this together. Like, when you do well, we prop you up. We talk about you. We get you out there. Right? You use the media to help you out as well. When you're not doing well, the media has to do their job too.
Sure.
And so it's literally like David Adelman saying, it's me and my team versus everybody, even our own media that's trying to help you out and just ask questions and bring awareness to what's going on. It's insane.
Yeah. Look, I don't think Adelman has done any favors for himself this past 5 or 6 days or so. And he's like, yeah, it sucks that you're not playing well in the playoffs, but that doesn't mean we're not competing. It's like, dude, here's the thing. Like, one, we wanted to see a higher compete level in Game 4 specifically, but also it's the NBA.
Yeah.
And your compete level in the playoffs doesn't matter if you're losing. Like, they won't hang a banner and say, like, lost in the first round but played hard. Like, in the postseason, everyone plays hard.
But they played hard.
Yeah. And I remember talking about Russell Westbrook last year about this, right? That, like, sometimes he can have success in the regular season because he's a dog and he plays hard every night. But in the postseason, everyone plays hard every single night. And then it's like, who are you? When it's more about scouting reports and efficiency. And so tonight, we'll see. We shall see. Predictions on who the leading scorer is and a final score coming up next.
Most teams are lucky to have one Conn Smythe contender. The Avalanche may have 3. They win it! Nathan McKinnon playing like a human highlight reel. Cale Makar turning every shift into a masterclass. And Scott Wedgwood stacking a playoff resume that would be headline material anywhere else. Colorado doesn't just have stars. They have 3 legitimate playoff MVP candidates. And if even one of them hits that next gear, the Cup road gets a whole lot shorter. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
What's going on, everybody? Hear me out. If joint pain is holding you back, then you need to go see my friends at Regen RX in Denver, because they're on another level, and they don't just do guesswork. They build a real plan for you. Maybe you need some Wharton's jelly to support the joints. Maybe it's the shockwave therapy to get the blood flow back going again. No matter what you're going to do or need, they're going to be there for you, and they're going to treat you just like family. They even give you a 6-month booster to keep your results feeling elite. And the best part about going to Regen RX in Denver is their consultation is completely free. No risk. If you're dealing with degenerative joints or long-term pain, see if their stem cell therapy is the right move for you. It's about quality of life, guys. Staying explosive, staying active, and staying present for your family. So give my friends at Regen RX a call today at 303-630-9770 or visit them online at regenrx.co. Again, that's regenrx.co, and let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
Progressive knows you want to get away, but not like too away. You crave the unknown, but also charcuterie boards with 4 types of cheese. And that's exactly why you bought an RV and bundled it with Progressive, because 24/7 protection is one luxury you'll never have to give up. So go ahead, explore the wilderness, all from the comfort of your zero-gravity camp chair. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurance. Not available in all states or situations.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. In a world where dealerships come and go, one name has stood the test of time. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet, proudly serving Colorado since 1987 as the longest owned Chevy dealer in the state. From a huge selection of new Chevys to quality pre-owned vehicles, plus a team committed to treating you right, it's no wonder generations of Colorado drivers keep coming back. To see all the specials, visit BozarthAuto.com today. Again, that's BozarthAuto.com. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet. Experience you trust, service you deserve since 1987.
When you've been hurt after a traumatic car crash, you don't need a sales pitch from an attorney with big promises and a loud voice. You need a team who fights for real results fast. That's why so many across the country choose the Berg Simpson Law Firm. Berg Simpson is nationally recognized, but is local right here in Colorado. So give us a call and let our team fight for the results you deserve today.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Save $2 when you buy 2 cans of Superior Products Coverall Tire Dressing. Plus, get 4 times O-Rewards points now at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is timeout. TIMEOUT. Text timeout to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's timeout to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Thursday. Less than 2 hours before tip-off between the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Man, this rivalry, this is the way that it had to be. Somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Nuggets backs against the wall, Game 6.
Can't avoid it.
Man, the Nuggets are a 6.5-point favorite. The total has been set at 225 and a hook. If you were going to play the over or the under, obviously the game is in Minnesota.
What are we doing, Z? Over, under, what are we doing?
I would say the under.
Under.
Yep, I think that just in an elimination game in general, I mean, there's just more calculus that goes into it, and I think that Minnesota's going to be their best version of themselves defensively with the understanding that we're not going to be able to outscore these guys. So if we're going to win, it's going to be on the backs of our defense, and I think that the defensive message from David Adelman to the Denver Nuggets is we can't just outscore them. This is about boxing out. This is about rotating defensively. This is about limiting them to one possession. So I just think that you'll see just a little bit of a slower pace. Transition opportunities typically go down in games like this. You'll see more of like walking the ball up the floor and getting into your sets. And you're gonna have transition and stuff. I'm just saying in general, I think you'll see it take a little bit of a dip. You nervous?
You know what, Z? I'm not. I'm not nervous about this game, and maybe it's because of what the Minnesota Timberwolves do not have. All right, you don't have Ant-Man. You don't have your second best scorer coming off the bench in DiVincenzo. You have a situation where Io is up in the air, questionable. You don't know if he's going to play or not.
Yeah, I was going to say that just came down. He is now going from questionable with left calf tightness to now a game time decision.
Okay, so depending on how he feels going into that. So I'm not as nervous if the Nuggets play Nuggets basketball and Jokic does his part and is the best player on the court. Jamal does his part as the second best scorer. They should win this game. All right, with Cam Johnson, Spencer Jones, if AG doesn't play, CB, there's no way in hell they're losing this game when you know that if you lose, you go home. So I'm not as nervous as I would be if Ant-Man was playing and the Wolves were fully healthy.
Who do you think shines brighter, Jokic or Jamal?
Ooh, it has to be Jokic tonight. Jamal has shined bright throughout the series at times, and yet there's been times where we still lose. It's all about Jokic, the best player to play the game right now, and he needs to show it. Go out there. I don't care if it's a triple-double, but he needs to put points up. 27, 30 points. All right, have the rebounds. And, of course, if you want to get the assist, Jokic, you do it. But the game runs through you. You got to score points.
Yeah, I agree with you. Jokic, go out and be the monster that we know you are. The monster that was relatively contained, for quite a bit in this series. And much like the Beauty and the Beast, that beast just hanging out in that house, festering.
Ugly as can be, man.
And eventually
he breaks through.
Gaston and gang try to come to
try to take over his house.
Oh my gosh.
Take his woman.
And
stab him in the back.
And then you become the best version of yourself. All right, that's what I want to see from Nikola Jokic tonight. By the way, breaking news right now in real time. Ayo DeSomo has been ruled out.
Damn. He is. All right, if the Nuggets don't win, this is bad.
Oh, it'll be cataclysmic if the Denver Nuggets can't win.
I don't even know how to pronounce that word, so I'm not even going to say it, but it sounds bad.
It's real bad. It's real bad. Ayo is leading the Timberwolves in scoring for the entire series, guys. But I do wonder how much of this has to do with an agent in his ear.
Yeah.
You are on the doorstep of unrestricted free agency. You got the bag. But if you go out and pop your Achilles the same way that you just watched your teammate, like, it would not shock me at all if this is a business decision. And you don't want to project that on someone.
No, but you have to put in your mind because, like, this is a business.
It's a natural factor at play.
You have a chance to make generational wealth, just like Payton Watson. And we don't know. Payton Watson's still hurt, just like Ayo's hurt. And he's making the decision like, hey, look, people are popping their Achilles left and right. I'm not going to be the next.
Yeah, and it wasn't like there was like some big moment where like Ayo like grabbed his calf and went to the ground or anything like that. So, wow. So no Dante DiVincenzo, no Anthony Edwards, and no Ayo DeSomo. Whoa.
So you're playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves that only have 2 left feet, by the way.
Wow. And Kyle Anderson has just also been ruled out with a sickness. Whoa. This now enters just new territory.
Hit the over, guys.
Hit
the over.
You have to win this game. You already had to have it. It's a must-win. Your season's over, but with this context, not to put bad juju out, but if they don't win, this will go down as one of the worst losses in team history.
Oh, no doubt. How many green lights can the Denver Nuggets get? Like, this is it. Go out there and win. They have nobody that can score. All right, they're going to rely on their defense. They don't have the depth. I mean, they're down and out right now. This is for the taking.
Wow. All right, let's do final scores here. What do you think we are in store for tonight? Why don't you go first, Phil?
I mean, the news that came out about Ayo and the news that came out about a couple other guys, they're down a lot of dudes, the Minnesota Timberwolves, that is. The Nuggets are taking this, man, and I have the Nuggets winning 107-95.
I like it, man. I agree with you. I think Denver's going to win. You often see the best of Jokic and the Nuggets when they feel their own mortality. There's a reason they've come back from 3-1 multiple times. And I think they're going to do it again. Give me the Denver Nuggets, 112-99. All right, hope we're right. We'll be back tomorrow at 2, regardless of what happens. So for now, enjoy the game. We step aside. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
Denver, a playoff city where the stakes are higher and the moments are bigger. As the Avalanche hit the ice and the Nuggets hit the court. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is your home for complete playoff coverage. Every game, every series, every critical call. Broken down by the voices you trust. We don't just follow the playoffs. We live them, so you never miss a thing. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver's playoff headquarters.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here. On behalf of my friends at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to the fellas. Guys, if you've been wandering around the house lately, wondering why you're tired, foggy, unmotivated, gaining weight even though your diet consists of mostly air and regret, you might be dealing with low testosterone. A lot of guys just blame it on getting older, but let's be honest. You shouldn't feel like you need a nap after tying your shoes. And if your workouts feel more like warm-ups, your sleep is trash, your sex drive is in the witness protection program, yeah, it might be time to get checked out. Guys, at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, they use advanced medical strategies, TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more to help you get your energy back, improve sleep, boost your workouts, shed pounds, and yes, bring that sex drive back. Guys, your appointment is just $99. That includes a medical consult, plus a T and PSA test. And if you start treatment that day, your visit's free. All right? So go take the low T quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
You can't always predict what's next.